know I make you feel good. And don't you wanna feel good, good, good? Sometimes I wish that we could go back before you got hurt, hurt, hurt. When before I was scared, now I'm feeling prepared. Don't you wanna feel good? Don't you wanna feel good, good, good?
When you say you were leaving, I thought that you meant it. I played the victim, you start as indifferent. Hindsight comes standard with rose-colored lenses. Hate to admit it, you're better off. Now you're too afraid to look, too scared to miss it. We're night and day, solar eclipses. Too afraid to look, too scared to miss it. We're night and day, solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we get started again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we get started.
Maybe feelings change, I can remember all the reasons why we've been separate ways. Feeling all alone in your company, keeping you captive with guilty chains.
We're night and day, solar eclipses. Too afraid to look, too scared to miss it. We're night and day, solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we get started again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we get started again. Tomorrow we build, depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will, though, give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go. Tomorrow we build. Depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will, though. Give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we get started again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we get started again. We get started again. We get started.
My name is Foam.
My name is Jack.
Street Soul.
I am Bondo. I am GM of
The War Room.
Momentum Org.
Deviational.
the Dragon Energy Org.
I have been in Nemesis for 5 years. I joined right around COVID, so honestly, right as COVID happened.
So what got me into Nemesis and how long I joined, I was back in 2021, and I believe I was DM'd by an old friend of mine, Ruthie.
I've been here for about 3 years now, and I have a buddy that's actually a novice, Silver J. He got me into this server.
I've been in Nemesis for a few seasons. I believe season 9 was the first one I played in. And good old buddy wanted me to come play for his team. So I ended up joining the league and came and played for good old Snowstorm.
My favorite part would be the competitiveness. I feel like it's very competitive throughout all the leagues.
My favorite part about Nemesis is probably just the competitive spirit of it. Being in an environment where there's like standings, schedules, base teams, and everything, even despite my lower competitive rank, it's really welcoming and it's always just a good environment to be in.
I love the draft aspect of the league, I guess. I play in a lot of leagues over my time, and I always have the most fun when there's a draft involved. I enjoy the leagues where it's just player signings and just bring your own team, I guess. It's more fun when you go through a draft process and get to meet new people that way.
It's definitely the community. I think I think we're a league that doesn't really take itself overly serious. We try and keep the rules and whatnot in order. But I don't think we take ourselves too seriously with in terms of too much time investment.
Who would I consider to be my rival GM? Off the top of my head, it's got to be Trip. Trip, part of Atrium Org. The guy, he's just a goblin.
I don't think I have one yet, to be honest. If I would have one, it'd probably be Dan, only because I played for his org for 2 seasons and I was his AGM. And then I kind of left him to take a GM spot. So if anyone, it'd probably be him.
I would say current rival other than the Fruit Ninjas. Dan. I mean Dan's a good I'd say Dan is probably my biggest he's like my biggest rival, even though I'd say at this point we kind of respect each other enough to not screw each other over with draft picks and whatnot.
I think I'm gonna have to go with LK. And he don't even know it, just because he seems to be really good at drafting teams. He's always got a winning org.
All right, Spartans, Inferno, Pinnacle, Dragons, Galaxy, Gravity.
Hydra, Drakes, Whelps, Wisps. What's my other team? My Wyverns.
Oh boy. Acceleration, Crows, Wisps, Kiwis, Velocity, Vipers, Blackhawks.
Melons, Ember, Faded, Dissolve, Distortion, Diffusion, Pawns, Rooks, Ascension, Thunderbirds, Galaxy,
Samurai, Bishops, Snowstorm, Orbit, Griffins.
Oh boy, Grandmasters.
Gladiators, Hypernova, Banshees.
Oh boy, this is tough.
Orbit, Warhawks, Kings, Motion, Wyverns, Dragons, Pinnacle.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great season. I can't believe I've been GMing this long. I mean, it's kind of crazy. I mean, I'm glad that I think War Room had the best season we've ever had, and if I don't get GM of the season, it's rigged.
Ain't none of these other GMs gonna guess as many teams as I did.
Let's go Deviation.
everybody? Welcome back to the Season 11 Grand Finals, day number 2 here. We got 3 Grand Finals coming your way tonight. Challenger, Rival, and Titan. We're going to crown quite a few champions tonight. It's going to be a very, very fun and exciting evening. Glad to have you all with us here. I'm Rockerman in the booth, joined by the one and only Season 1 legend, Ventus. Ventus, how are you doing tonight?
Doing very well. You know, it feels almost full circle that I'm casting the samurai as I know that I believe I was on the samurai when I won in season 1. Might be mistaken, but
Yeah.
I believe that was the org I was in.
Yeah,
So almost full circle, you know, I'm here casting the samurai now. And just super fitting, super excited. I mean, both these teams are really great. I mean, I'm super excited. I know I casted a couple of Venom series in this playoff, so I might be a little biased towards them, and want to see them do well just because I've seen so much of them in this playoffs so far. But I mean, should be a great match.
Yeah, it should be a great match, and yeah, this is a big storyline here. Venom is looking for their 4th championship all time, kind of a sleeper dynasty in the Challenger League, if you will. They just find a way to win. It's the victory org for a reason. They just somehow find their way to the championship, to the grand finals, looking to win. Yeah, no one has ever gotten 4 championships in one team in Nemesis history. The most has been 3, tied with a couple teams, including Venom, Blizzard with that 3-peat way back in the day. And then, yeah, the Samurai team. Ventus, you did win with the Samurai, but we had some weird name swaps. They're technically the Papayas now, I believe. So this is the first chance for these Samurai. Same name, different team. Technically, I know technicalities, but they're still looking for their first championship. And honestly, Ventus, they have got a really good roster after some midseason trades to get them here.
Yeah, I mean, I believe they traded for both Stacked and Copente, and I mean, obviously, the trade worked out for them really well. I mean, they won their division. They, I believe they're a very high seed. I know they went 13-5 in the regular season, but I can't remember the exact seed that they are.
3 seed.
But I mean, the 3 seed, yeah. I mean, super solid team overall, and obviously the 1 and 2 seed kind of got upset already. So I mean, they're the high seed here going into it, but I wouldn't necessarily call them the favorites. I believe that the Venom really has taken that mantle, and with this Venom roster really showing out and come playoff time, and they got hot at the right time. So obviously Samurai the higher seed, but Venom might be the favorites going into this match.
Yeah, they might be. I mean, the viewers have been hyping them up here in the Discord. I know they're leading the Discord prediction, and right now they got a slight edge in the channel point prediction. I'll still got a couple minutes to get your predictions in for that one. But yeah, it's gonna be a good one for sure. And yeah, Venom, they are no strangers to being the underdogs here and trying to make a run. Like we mentioned, I feel like Ventus, all 3 of their championship runs have come with them being the 4 seed or lower, including last season as the 6 seed. So they're the defending champions, looking to come back at this one, looking to make some magic happen, and looking for some history. Fort and Merely both looking for their first championship. 2 Nemesis veterans that are going to be eager to try to pull this one off.
Yeah, I mean, it should be a great series. I'm super excited, and I mean, hopefully we'll be able to get this thing started really quickly. As we let all the people test their pings in the server, and everything seems to be good. And I'm gonna take it to a little prediction time here, and both these teams are really solid. I think it's gonna go the distance, but I want to give the edge to Venom here with how well they've been in the postseason. So I think I'll do a game 7, but in favor of Venom here.
Well, we're going to have to see as we're about to get underway here for game number 1 of the Season 11 Challenger League Grand Finals. We have Samurai, 3 seed in the yellow here with Copente, Stacked, and Stites. And then Venom, the underdogs, the 8 seed, made their run here with Afro Demon, Yukio Takeda, and Merely. And a lot of great players here in this lobby fighting for their first championships here. And Yukio, the sole champion winner here, was on that Venom team last season and looking to make something happen. Again, trying to find that second in a row, and find another one for that victory org. As we're in game number 1 here, this ball popping up. Stites looking to pass it down. Kopente trying to fire it into the net there. It's off the post. So follow-up's going to come through. He puts his own shot back in the net there, and Samurai are going to strike first.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great play from Samurai there. A good infield pass from Stites, and able to put it away. Might have bounced off the post a little bit, but I mean, Samurai already opening this game with a bunch of infield passes to each other. So very very threatening stuff from the side of Samurai. Hopefully, Venom will be able to adjust accordingly and cut off some of those passing plays.
And we'll have to see. Venom, like we mentioned, they made that run as the underdog there, and they've kind of convinced some people, Ventus, that they are the favorites here after taking down the 1 seed in orbit, making their run through the play-in tournament. Even as the 10 seed, they ran all the way through that play-in tournament, taking down orbit, taking down Griffins, and ever since their first play-in match here, they have swept every match, or every single match to this point, Ventus. So there's probably not a hotter team than this Venom squad right now.
Yeah, I mean, I know I watched the sweep against Orbit. I was casting it after I lost my series against Galaxy, so I know I predicted that Venom was gonna win in a sweeping fashion, but that might have just been a little biased by me, but it ended up being the correct choice anyways. And yeah, this Venom team has been really hot ever since the playoffs really happened and the play-in tournament, and it's definitely going to be exciting as a shot comes out by Fort and it goes right past the last defender, just unable to get that save off his own post.
Yeah, and finally Venom gonna get on the board there. Stack just not quite able to get to it, and Fort is gonna find the back of the net. So a good answer here from Venom, able to find one into the net here. And yeah, that's an interesting component of this match too, Ventus, is that these two teams, trying to figure out who's going to come up with the momentum here in the grand finals. Obviously, a lot of nerves on hand here when, you're playing for the championship here, the last game or last match of the regular season for all the marbles.
Yeah, I mean, and game 1 and game 7 are by far the worst. I mean, once you kind of get into it, a great shot there by Merely finds the back of the net and puts Venom up 2-1. But yeah, as I was saying, the game 1 and game 7 are really the most nerve-wracking, as the game 1 is where you're trying to get settled and trying to establish your play style, and game 7 is obviously for all the marbles, and the whole season's going to be on the line. And so hopefully these teams will kind of settle in sooner rather than later, and put on a great series. But yeah, definitely nerves can be a big factor here in the grand finals.
Yeah, no, I can definitely agree to that here. Having some experience, and the nerves do not, well, they get a little bit easier, like you said, after game 1. I'll agree completely with that. And both these teams, though, still try to find their way in this first game of the grand finals, and you just saw Merely put that goal in the back of the net to give Venom the lead, and now Samurai gotta find an answer. They are the higher seeded team here, had a great season, trying to prove why they've gotten here to this point. Like we mentioned, the big trade for Kopente and Stacked has definitely got them to this point here. And Stites is no slouch either. Right now, find themselves down by 1 here. In game number 1, Stack trying to fire it across the midfield, looking for Kopente. There he is again. And the Samurai continue their beautiful passing plays.
Yeah, and you said it right there. Just another amazing passing play, an infield pass again from this Samurai squad. Allows them to get another, not free net, as obviously there's a couple of defenders back, but it's so hard to read how the shot's going to go from that infield pass. And it looks like a kickoff goal is actually going to come out from the way of Samurai and give Samurai the lead here in the game 1 now, after being down 2-1 for most of this game 1. It seems like a little break there from the kickoff, but they've seemed to find more footing here in this game 1.
And Kopente going to come through with that hat trick. A well-played kickoff there. Sometimes the ball goes in your favor, and it did right there. As Kopente going to find the back of the net, giving the Samurai the edge here in game 1. Trying to find for some more. Stack looking to fire that one. Not quite. As Fort Look to take some control here, but Stites all over him there, trying to get to it again. Can't find that touch. Merely gonna race out to this one with the ball, dropping straight down, push it back out, but stacked. Able to keep it in now as we're down to a minute here in game number 1 for it. Gonna find that touch, ball popping up. Samurai both jumping for that one there. A little bit awkward as Stites is gonna make contact. Merely taking to the ceiling, trying to drop it down, looking for a teammate. 50 coming through by Stack. Can he finish it off? He's sending it to the net, and he's gonna send it in.
Yeah, just a good play there, a good 50 by Stacked, and he's just gonna follow up his own 50. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like Fort was able to get back as he had 0 boost. And maybe a little bit of an overcommit there by Venom. Maybe due to the time constraint, but they didn't have much boost in that entire play either. As it seemed like all 3 of the Venom players had 0 boost, but maybe that's a testament to the pressure that Samurai was able to generate, and how the passing plays were able to let them steal the corner boost and allow that pressure to go up. And another shot almost comes out by Stacked. Looks like it's going to be dangerous. A pass out to Stites. Stites going to put another one on net there. And I mean, this Samurai team has definitely come out swinging in this game 1 with another great passing play.
Yeah, and they just seem to find each other perfectly every time there, as that one is going to find its way in the back of the net. Kopente to Stites, and the Samurai, after dropping down 2-1, come back with 4 unanswered here in game 1. Going to take this first and give themselves a good footing in their chances and their hopes for a championship. This one sent back down into the Venom zone. Samurai looking for maybe one more for the road there. Boost can be stolen by Merely, trying to get up to it again, but can't quite find that touch, as this one is going to touch the ground, and it's going to result in a Samurai game 1 victory. A solid performance coming up from the Ventus.
Yeah, and they really took a hold of this game 1 in the second half of the game. I mean, they were down. Looks like a server reset's coming out. But they were down 1-2 for most of the series. But even still, I mean, we see 16 shots by this Samurai offense to only 6 from Venom, and a wide disparity there between the shots. And obviously, when you're having that much pressure over the entire game, goals will follow. And it was great play by Samurai. A lot of those passing plays put Venom awkward, but I mean, it just seems like Venom not able to find a solid rotation there, and a lot of just like panicking from them. They were low boost a lot of the time with Samurai's pressure, but it seemed like when they had control of the ball and space, they ended up just giving it away to the Samurai squad. And so hopefully Venom's gonna be able to take this server reset as a little bit of a timeout, like a mental reset, if you will, and really be able to focus in the second game after giving up 4 unresponded goals. I forget the word.
Unanswered.
Unanswered. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So 4 unanswered goals. Hopefully this server reset will give Venom a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, hopefully so, as they're gonna have to try to find a way to bounce back, but these underdogs have done that many times in this season here. Despite a 7-11 record, they found their way in as the 10 seed. Maybe controversial to some there who may have had a better record, but they have proven that there is a big reason why they should be here, and they're hoping to prove that once again here as we get into game number 2 on Urban Central here. Venom trying to answer back. This ball is up though, and Kopente is striking once more. The man is a goal-scoring machine.
Yeah, and a good play there by Stice to put off the back wall, but Yukio just an awkward read and not really fast enough, and that's kind of been the tale of this series so far. Is Samurai's really just been able to outspeed Venom no matter what situation they're in. I mean, Yukio was much closer to the ball and much he had the boost, but Kopente is just able to get there first and put a shot by him, and a good play by Kopente nonetheless. But you got to really hope that Venom's able to pick up the pace here. As I say that, looks like Stack's gonna get another goal and another passing play here from Samurai. I mean, Yukio has to play it out there as Kopente is also committing, and it just goes right to Stack. And Stack's gonna put that one away to put them up 2-0, and now it's 6 unanswered goals across 2 games, and Samurai has definitely seized the momentum so far in this series.
Yeah, they've found it here to start things off, and Venom gotta find a way to bring it back here as they're trying right there, merely trying to get it down, but the ball is just gonna float away. The Stites looking across once again for that pass to play, shot towards net, dangerous. Yukio gotta get up for it. And these shots have been so dangerous, forcing Venom into really awkward spots, using up all their boost there. Finally, merely gonna push that one away, but Kopente is right back at it there. This ball gets blocked up, Stacked. Not quite gonna be able to get to that one. The Stites gonna have to bail him out here. Stites looking again. Gonna find Kopente in the midfield. Merely can't connect. Turn gonna happen to Yukio. Got no boost. Can he defend the passing play? Ford, he gonna hit it off the post there. That one almost was own goal, but Ford lucky that one is gonna get away. And Venom right now is looking so awkward right here. They're running into each other once again, and just some chaos right now from Venom.
They're all on different pages, and a couple missed rotations by Fort and Yukio, and it puts all of the players awkward, and so it allows the Samurai to steal their boost, add on some more pressure, and when you're bumping your own team, it creates way too many holes on the defensive half, and so Venom obviously not looking like the themselves that we've seen so far in this playoff series. Almost a double tap there, trying to make myself eat my own words as Yukio tries to put a nice shot on target there, but I mean, it just has not been enough. Venom only have 1 shot across this entire game, and Samurai have 5 already, so very, very much a high disparity there between the 2 teams.
Yeah, definitely so. And Venom looking like they're maybe caught off guard a little bit by this Samurai pace, trying to match him up here. But right now, it hasn't been enough, like you mentioned, not getting the shots on target that they need to get good opportunities to put them in the back of the net. And Samurai taking full authority on this one. This is an opportunity, but Fort is just going to send it off to the side. Not quite what he was looking for, as that ball is going to get by another Venom attacker. Merely gonna have to try to get up to this one. Yukio gonna find a touch now. Merely trying to get to it, looking to drop it down, finding the passing plays, trying to send it back, but Kopente is gonna deny it away. He's looking to try to send it towards the net. It's going on, and it's going in once more. Another goal for the Samurai.
Yeah, I mean, Venom went completely all in on that play. I mean, you see all of the players from Venom rotating back with 0 boost. Yukio trying to make a touch, but Kopente obviously just gonna pop it right over him and take the free net, as it seems like another overcommit by Venom as they're trying to establish some offensive pressure, just not able to do so, as Samurai's been able to deal with it every way. And another floater here comes out. It's actually gonna go in. Another shot and another goal by Kopente, and he's gonna get his 2nd hat trick of the series. And I mean, Kopente, just a goal scoring machine.
Yeah, I mean, when you got 2 games and you got 2 hat tricks, it is going to be tough to beat you there, as Kopente has just been firing away in this game number 2 and game number 1, and now Samurai poised to take a 2-0 series lead here in the grand finals, and Venom, they got to find some sort of way to break out of this, because right now it's just not looking too good for him, as every ball is getting cut off at the midfield. Merely gonna deny that one away, but still the Samurai just holding all the pressure, all the control here. This one gonna be sent back in. Gonna try to find something here, otherwise it's almost assuredly timeout territory. Either teams get one tactical timeout in the playoffs here per series. You got to try to make advantage of the most here, and if Venom can't get any momentum here in this last minute or so, Ventus, it's almost certainly timeout time.
Yeah, I mean, 8 unanswered goals now. It's really tough. I mean, another double commit comes out by Venom. They aren't taking time on the ball. I mean, merely able to get a little play going, but it's just cut off in the midfield, and they aren't stringing together any plays where they're keeping possession, and it seems like all they're doing is just throwing the ball away, and obviously that's not going to work in the grand finals, like, especially against the Samurai team. And as the clock's winding down here, another good save, but the pressure just mounting and mounting. Another shot trying attempt from Stack. Is clock's gonna hit 0 now and send us into game 3. I mean, I definitely think it's it's a timeout territory here if you're Venom, because you gotta change up something. I mean, they look completely outclassed by Samurai right now, and that's not what I've seen from Venom over the past 3 series. So I mean, you definitely got to take that timeout and reset here, and something's got to change. I mean, 12 shots again from this Samurai roster to only 4 from Venom. Crazy difference there in shots.
Yeah, it is a crazy shot differential, and we're gonna have to see if Venom are gonna end up calling the timeout. As I mean, this is one of these things, Ventus, where you can't let this go on any longer. We've talked a lot about the timeouts in the playoffs. It's always one of our favorite talking points because it's a strategy you don't get in the regular season. But for me right now, there's a time to not use the timeouts when you're down, when you're down 2-0. But there are times when you do need to use the timeout. Like if the games were close, like 1-goal games, you barely lost in overtime, I get it. But, when you're down 2-0 and you haven't scored in a couple games, to not call the timeout here is kind of crazy to me. They're just going to play on. I honestly completely disagree with this idea.
Yeah, I mean, even though I disagree, I guess I kind of respect it in a way. They're gonna take whatever they're gonna go with whatever they have, and hopefully, they went in with a game plan that I guess they're gonna try to stick with it. They think that it can work, and that they don't want to change it up just yet. But I mean, yeah, we're talking about unanswered goals, and almost changed my sentence there. But I mean, 8 of them, and they haven't scored since about the 3.5-minute mark in this game, in game 1. So we're talking about 9 minutes now where they have not been able to score. And so I mean, I don't think that the not taking the timeout was the best play. I think they definitely should have taken it with another goal from Samurai, just showing once again their passing plays, a good air dribble. I guess merely not a great force, but it's whatever touch you could get with 0 boost. And Stack's gonna slot that one in the back of the net just around the last defender. So, I mean, this Samurai team's looking way too good, and I completely disagree with the not use of the timeout there.
Yeah, no, but that's where we find ourselves now. And Venom, you gotta find a way to bounce back. You opted not to use it. You gotta stick with it. It wasn't even necessarily there was a lot to talk over. It's just one of those things where you had no momentum. You were double committing. You needed to calm down, and you need something to calm your team down. And right now, the only thing that can calm the nerves of this Venom team would be a goal in the back of the net. They're gonna have to try to find it here in Game 3, or they're gonna be facing the near impossible reverse sweep attempt. Is a big demo gonna come through? That one's gonna be off the crossbar though. Ford, he can't put it in, and that one doesn't go in either. Oh no, chaos as this one's sent back, and it's off the post. Thankfully for Venom there. This one is right back in the zone, and it's gonna find the net. An absolute utter disaster,
no.
Ventus.
That can't happen if you're Venom. I mean, 2 completely open nets there, absolutely missed, and it creates the easy counterattack onto their own net. And I mean, Samurai's just gonna take advantage of that with another goal by Kopente. And yeah, it's so sad to see. Is I thought they were actually gonna create some offensive pressure. I mean, merely had a great dribble and a flick over one, and then got the demo on the last man back. Yeah. And just not able to put that away is absolutely devastating for this Venom team, who is in desperate need of some momentum and some confidence there. But yeah, obviously that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, they're gonna need to find something now, and try as you might, you gotta put that one away. You gotta get it out of your minds here. You gotta put this one behind you, and you gotta lock in here if you're gonna want a chance. This is the grand finals here. You can't give up hope yet here. This is your season on the line for Venom. You gotta try to find a way to answer. This one flung high off the backboard. Big demo gonna come through. Stite looking for something. He's gonna throw it off the backboard. He's gonna find the demo, and Kopente is gonna find the net. Just clinical.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the Samurai team can just kind of do whatever they want. I mean, there's no contest on the back wall. I mean, they get the demos on net both times. Maybe I believe that was Stites. Wanted to put it off the backboard again just to demo the last guy, just to make a statement. But it's not looking good for Venom here. Samurai just looks so dominant right now.
Yeah, they really are, and it's just another clinical showing from them, and they are impressive to say the least right now, as they are just shutting down Venom at every single opportunity. Nothing is getting by them. You see Stice just camping on the back or on the sidewall to try to block that one away. And now 2 minutes remaining here into game 3. Venom almost in desperation mode. If they're going to want to have a chance here, you don't want to put yourself in reverse sweep territory. It's merely going to fire a nice shot towards net, but not going to find its way on target as this ball pops up. Kopente going to send it down. It's going to be cut off. The ball popping up merely. Going to take to the air, trying to get a little mechanical. Going to get the flip reset. Try to fire it in, but that one just off the crossbar. Good attempt, but just couldn't quite get it down enough. It's fired back in, and a minute 34 remaining here. Venom still looking for a goal, trying to find this one in the back of the net, as nearly 10 minutes of in-game time have gone by, scoreless. They're trying to find something here, Ventus. A minute 18 left, down by 3. You're gonna need a miracle in this game 3 to try to bring it back here.
Yeah, and just the way Samurai's been playing, it looks like a mist comes out there, and it's really the first time Samurai hasn't been able to capitalize on the mistakes by Venom, but I mean, it does not look good. I mean, now we're looking at about 13 minutes of unanswered goals from Venom, and even with their couple glimpses of hope, it looks like they've just not been able to put the ball in the net, and another counterattack attempt comes out here by Stites, and he's gonna put that one away too, and merely just zero boost again. It's just a tale as old as time. Is just a little bit of an overcommitment by Venom, and now it's just like Samurai just have to take the open opportunities they get. It's not looking good. And I talked about 13 minutes of unanswered goals, but now it's also just 12 goals that have gone unanswered from the side of Venom. Samurai just looking way too dominant right now in this moment of time.
Yeah, they really are. They're trying to find one more, forcing a triple commit from Venom, and Venom just lost in the sauce at the moment. And with their series on the line, grand finals on the line, gonna need something to find some momentum. And this one fired back in, trying to make something happen. Merely popping this one towards the net stack, trying to deny the ball out there. Gonna be fired on, but Stites again, still gonna deny it, still gonna keep them scoreless, and still gonna keep Samurai on top, one win away from a championship.
Yeah, and it looks like Venom are now electing to use their timeout, but you gotta think maybe it's too late, as this Samurai team already has all the momentum, and it's gonna be really hard to swing the momentum back in Venom's favor after such a dominant performance by the Samurai. But I mean, on the one little bright side from Venom is they did outshoot Samurai 11-8 and had a little bit more offensive pressure here. But I mean, even with that, they weren't able to score at all. I mean, 11 shots with 0 goals, and good defense by the Samurai, able to make a couple of those saves. I know Merely had a nice shot that he redirected off the ceiling, but I mean, other than the couple mistakes from Venom, I mean, it was really only 1 or 2 goals that Venom wasn't able to create. And so if they're gonna allow 4 goals to be scored every game, even if they do convert those attempts into goals, and it's not gonna be enough from Venom to really shake up this series.
Well, they're gonna have to hope that they can, Ventus. For our sake, hopefully they can, for the viewers' sake, for Venom's sake, for the content's sake. We hope that they can somehow find a way to bring it back. But history is definitely not on their side, as in all of Nemesis history, all the best of sevens way back in season 1, only 3 have had a reverse sweep here, and they've all been done by 1 seeds, who did the reverse sweeping. So the odds aren't in their favor, But you know, Ventus, the odds have never really been in this Venom's team favor. They've been the underdogs many a times here, and if my memory serves correctly, they went to 12 game fives on the season. So these guys know how to provide some content, and you know they're gonna have to hope to do it here. They're gonna have to hope to find it one game at a time, bring that reverse sweep back, and you know it might not be a game 5, but maybe they can force a game 7.
Yeah, I mean that's really all we can hope for is, you know, those of us rooting for the content. You know, we're hoping, you know, Venom able to find a second wind here. Is, you know, they have pretty much just been completely dominated by the Samurai squad, and I mean, you know, it's not even Forbidden Temple yet, but I'm hoping some crazy things happen. You know.
Yeah, Venom might need it at this point, and hopefully, like I said, for their sake, for the content's sake, hopefully they can find it. But Samurai aren't going to be so quick to let that happen here, as they are going to try to close this down, get the brooms out, and bring home another championship for the War Room Org. This one sent down, merely trying to find a touch there. We're going to send this one up high. Kopente dropping this one down, a little bit dangerous, but a touch going to come through by Stacked. Keep it around. Merely grabbing this one, hit it off the corner. Nice touch from him. Stacked, still all over that one. And now Stites is up, Venom playing a little passive now, trying to find their opportunities as a big miss comes out. Merely can't quite connect on that one. They are going to be able to hit it away here as this one sent back in. It's going to pop up high. Really unable to connect, but double commit from Venom. Fortunately turns into a double commit from Samurai. Is that one by one? Yukio can look for the bump. He's going to find it, and Ford is going to put it in. And after the long time, Ventus, almost 15 minutes of game time, they find the back of the net.
Yeah, and a much needed one there. Give Venom some sort of confidence. A good play there by Yukio. I know he got the pop over one, was able to bump the second one, and you know, hopefully this gives the Venom squad a little bit more confidence. But you know, I'd love to see them, you know, make a couple more cuts in their rotations, even with low boost. Double touch almost comes out there. A follow almost by Stacked, you know, kind of almost evens up the goal. Looks like Kopente is going to try to get an air dribble, pinch out. You know, luckily will diffuse the pressure. But, I mean, I see a lot of the times where it's this Venom roster will just completely abandon their spot in the rotation to go back for boost. And, you know, if they're able to make some cuts in rotation, a great shot there by Fort. Another great pass by Yukio. They're able to get the beat and the double mid. And, I mean, that's exactly what you want to see if you're a Venom fan. It looks like they're finally starting to show some signs of confidence and offensive pressure. But, you know, as I was, you know, saying before the goal interrupted me, I mean, you know, Venom just rotating back and completely abandoning their posts when they're low boost. You know, I'd love to see them not even necessarily get a touch on the ball, but at least force Samurai to make harder touches just by the presence of a player there by Venom. And hopefully that's something that they're going to be able to do on defense, and obviously their offense is starting to wake up finally in this series.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, Ventus, I'm actually going to disagree with you a little bit there. I think Venom needs to not overcommit. I think that was the big thing that they were doing last game, and I feel like in this game so far, they have not really overcommitted. They've been playing a little bit more passive, and I think it's caught the Samurai off just a little bit. It may be key later in the series to force some touches, but right now, Venom, by playing slow, playing the counterattack game, they found 2 goals right now, and able to give them the lead here. Well, we will have to see if that can continue, because as we've seen, the Samurai team, they can throw some goals in the back of the net, as they're trying to do right here. Looking to drop one down, not going to go for it. Trying to get out to it Stacked. Just going to find a 50 in that one. It's going to be sent off to the side and pushed across there. Samurai again trying to keep the pressure in. 2 minutes remaining. This one sent down. Yukio taken in the corner, trying to find something there, but all he's going to find is the ball to himself in the corner. Going to pop it up high, looking for another touch there. Not going to find that one on target. The demo coming through. Samurai back on the attack, but merely able to get one out, get a second. Going to find a big clear, buy himself a lot of time here, as Venom looking to battle back in this series. Trying to start it with one here, but a great pass in the midfield and a great bang. Stacked is going to send it in.
Yeah, I mean a great pass there by Stites to Stacked, and merely just not able to get far enough over. Almost gets a touch on the ball, but I mean just right over top of him. And a great passing play there again by Samurais. We've seen all series, and it hasn't just been limited to a couple of the players. I mean, it's been all three of these Samurai players have been able to create these passing opportunities and these goal scoring opportunities for each other. So, I mean, overall, a great play by Samurai, and it looks like they're starting to regain some of their former pressure.
Oh, that one almost found its way into the back of the net, but not quite. Venom fortunate not to have that one drop in. Is this one to be dropped down, popped out of the midfield, and Ford, he's on top of it. He's gonna send it in. A hat trick for him, showing up big here in game number 4.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great play by Yukio, and a slight mistouch there by Stites kind of puts it right into the path of Fort. But I mean, and there's a double commit there by Samurai as well. But I mean, a great play by Yukio, and a nice little cleanup there by Fort to put the goal away.
Yeah, nice play indeed, and a great pass, great finish there. And Venom may have a little bit of life. Well, maybe a little less life there as a big miss comes through. Stack gonna put it in. Samurai back within 1.
Yeah, a little bit of a caster curse there, I mean, Stack gonna obviously take that open net. Just a really tough mistake there by Merely. I mean, it's a tough backboard read, but it's not impossible, and it's not one that I know Merely couldn't get to. I mean, Merely definitely had the ability to make that play, so just a little bit unfortunate. I mean, hopefully it doesn't bite Venom too hard in the butt.
Yeah, hopefully not here as we're down to the final 30 seconds here. Venom looking to force it to the next game. Samurai looking to find one more to give themselves a chance to find the sweep and win the championship. This one dropped down, merely can't quite get to it. The ball's going back now. Venom trying to turtle up here, but the Samurai are on the attack. Stacked. He's hunting for someone. This one shot towards the net forward. He's going to make a touch, but a double commit comes through. The ball is floating. Double commit again. The ball is still floating. Fort, he's just going to let it touch the ground. And thankfully, Venom,
man.
they take a game here, Ventus. And sometimes it all just starts with 1.
Yeah, and I was really scared there that Fort was gonna keep the ball up and didn't really learn from Foam back in season 1 to let the ball drop at 0 seconds and secure the win. And luckily he faked it there and he let the ball hit the ground. And I mean, a much needed win there by Venom, and it still seems like they kind of squeaked out the win. They had a good little half of a game there where they're able to generate a lot of offensive pressure. But that was really just from Yukio. I mean, Yukio really stepped up in this game. I mean, he had 3 phenomenal passes, and Fort was able to not hit the crossbar this time, but Yukio kind of put it on himself to really give Venom the best chance that they could in that game, and props to him, and hopefully he's going to be able to continue his dominance here in this next game.
Yeah, they're going to need it here as Venom, they find 1 here, and they're going to need to find some more, and they are going to start off with more as Merely is going to put 1 in the back of the net.
Yeah, it's a good play there. I mean, a good demo by Yukio, and Merely's going to slot that one away. It looks like Stacked kind of just in the middle of nowhere as he's kind of just caught out in the middle of net, not able to really make a save on many touches there by Merely. But I mean, obviously Venom's going to take that one in. And it all started with Fort's air dribble as well. I mean, I don't want to discredit what Fort did just because the demo by Yukio. And I mean, Fort had a great play there just to set up that play in general. So, I mean, a good play by all the members of Venom, but it looks like it might be too late. But just off the post, Samurai finally starting to show cracks in their armors. They're not linking up as much and starting to miss a couple of these key opportunities that they were able to put away in the earlier games.
Yeah, you're exactly right. There have been a couple opportunities that have missed the mark that Samurai were converting on earlier, and Venom, they've been able to find some of their opportunities that they weren't hitting on earlier. So things have definitely have a little bit of a different aura here. So we're in a game 5 here, Venom. holding on to their early lead. Gonna battle one game at a time here to try to force it back, trying to send us to game 6 to Forbidden Temple. And once you get there, like we mentioned, anything can happen, and a great pass can happen right here as Kopente, another goal for him. And just when you need to stop the momentum, you find this guy.
Yeah, I mean, a great pass, and we've talked about the infield passing plays from the Samurai offense this entire series, and another one there just really shows how good they are at finding each other and putting the passes right on the dot. But I mean, it looked like a little bit of a misplay there by Ford, as he was pretty much facing the challenge head on and decided to like make a turn, assuming that they're gonna make a solo play. And obviously, when you see somebody commit that way, you can just change what your original plan is. A great find there of a pass, but at least like a little bit of a mistake there by Ford.
The mistake leads to a goal here for the Samurai as they're tying this one up, and a bump attempt is coming through. Watch out there. Ford, he's trying to cook, and he's going to take it around the defense. A nice interruption, and Ford, he has really shown up here in the last couple games.
Yeah, I mean, a great play there. I mean, the Samurai defense so awkward, but it looks like they bumped each other in the corner, potentially trying to grab that boost, and Ford just going to sneak in between the two of them and get a nice flick by the third man, and it looks like another potential goal might come out, but luckily it's going to be saved away by Stites. And I mean, yeah, Fort has definitely stepped up and been able to put a lot of shots on net. It looks like another shot's going to be on net here. Is a little bit of a misrotation and a bump coming out on the side of Venom. I mean, a slight misplay there by Kopente, and Yukio's going to get a nice bump and really set up that play. Muley's going to get a free open net there to give them a 2-goal lead.
And wait a minute, folks. Some things might be brewing here as Venom now is up 3-1. And all of a sudden here, things have gotten a little bit wishy-washy as Samurai find themselves down now, trying to find some momentum, and Venom has seemingly captured some of it back in their own end here as they're trying to bring it back, trying to force that game 6 to give themselves an opportunity at a Nemesis record 4th championship. Samurai still keeping this one around on the attack. A double commit comes through, but Venom still able to recover. And double commits, they've still happened a little bit more here. Even in these games, it's been a lot less than what we saw in the first couple, but Samurai haven't been able to capitalize on as many of those double commits Ventus in this these last 2 games, and that's a big reason why. Venom, they cut him down, and oh my gosh, wait a minute, Ford, he's trying to take it all the way, and after his missed goal there earlier that we saw in game 3 at the beginning, he's kind of turned it on. I think he kind of took that one personally.
Yeah, I think a lot of the players on this Venom roster have really stepped up now, and Yukio, I talked about him being a big asset to the newfound pressure that they've been able to make. I mean, he had a couple of great bumps and almost a goal there by Stites, just right around, just not quite on, and another just uncapitalized opportunity. But I mean, Yukio been great on the offensive side of the ball, and yeah, as you were talking about, Fort really stepping it up on the offensive side of the ball as well. And so it looks like they're starting to find a little bit of that second win that I was hoping we'd see from them. It looks like merely looking for a double tap past middle, but a great save away by Kopente. And I mean, the Samurai roster, it almost seems like it's the flip. A shot just off the crossbar and post. But I mean, this Samurai roster seems like they're completely on the back foot now. As a missed open net there, another whiff comes out. But I mean, Samurai definitely looking like the shells of the former selves of them, and really got to step it up and regain what they once had to really get back into the series.
Yeah, now things are getting very dangerous here as we're down to the final 30 seconds here of game number 5. Venom, they are looking to send us to Forbidden Temple, and they just about have. And Samurai, once dominant, now maybe a little crack in the armor, if you will, here, as Venom gonna look to take game number 5 here, and they are gonna send us to that game number 6. And Ventus, is this time for the timeout? Has Venom stolen enough momentum to call this timeout after this game?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. It's such a tough thing to say because I think that I really think that Samurai had at least two missed opportunities there that would have given them the two goals that they needed to tie the game. And so I think that even though the scoreline was 3-1, I think that the game was a lot closer than we thought. I think that Samurai made a little bit too many mistakes on offense and weren't able to put away the goals. And so I think they might just elect to keep it and use it for if they lose Game 6 because I think that they're confident in their ability to recover from this. The goal wasn't. It doesn't seem like this game was too far away from them. They won't be able to come back.
Yeah, and they're opting not to use it here. So we head to Game 6 to Forbidden Temple, where all the crazy things in Nemesis history they have happened on this very map, and it's forbidden for a reason. And hopefully we'll see some more craziness here as we're going to get underway here. The Venom are looking to try to find this reverse sweep. They need another game here to send us to Game 7, and they're firing off early here, trying to find it in the back of the net. And it's going to be on the Samurai to find something. That one almost shot towards them merely. Unfortunately, though, going to land on that ball as Samurai really slowing it down here, trying to get to this one. Yukio and Merely both up for this one. Merely off the backboard. This one dropping down. He's not going to find it. Here comes Ford. He's going to bail out of it, though. Got to get back as Stites. He sent it a long way. This one off the backboard. Opportunity. Shot towards the net, and Stacked is going to put it in to stop the bleeding.
I mean, a great play there by Samurai and a great shot by Stacked. I know he had to completely get around Yukio there and put a good shot on net as, you know, Mealy was ready. But, I mean, just perfect placement there just by around Yukio and right by Merely. But, I mean, that really stemmed from the fact that Venom double committed on a double tap attempt. I mean, Merely and Yukio both went for the same double tap, and they kind of messed each other up. And you know, it really allowed the Samurai roster to just quickly counterattack because both were zero booster on the back. And, you know, as I say that, a great play comes out by Venom. A good pass there by Yukio, and elects to leave it for Fort, and Fort able to put that one just below the crossbar. And, you know, Venom showing their offensive signs that they had in the past couple of games. So, I mean, this game number 6 will definitely be a really close game and a really back and forth game.
Yeah, it's looking like it as these teams have traded goals here to start things off there. And a great answer once more by Fort, who he's had the answers in this series as he puts that one in. Merely going to be bumped off that one. A great bump. Venom now on the attack here, trying to find this next goal. The pressure is on here. It is all on their shoulder. If Samurai can win this game, they'll be the champions of Season 11. But Venom not going to be so quick to let him do that. A big miss comes through. Fort with some time here. Going to take the space, but going to be cut off. Kopente all over that one. Pinching this one up high. Going towards the net Merely. Got to get to it. He does. Going to send it off now. Trying to get to another one. Stites. A big bump in the midfield. Could open up some space. A big fake. What a bigger touch there. Able to pop it away. Samurai almost had something going there, but not quite meant to be. As this one banged off the backboard. Stacked. Dropping that one out Merely. Off the sidewall there. Kopente. He's going to bang it down, looking for Stack, trying to find it off the backboard. Follow-up attempt coming through, but Merely on top of that one, trying to find that second touch. Can't find that one, though. Samurai, we're on the attack here. Stack now, sending it back in. A touch. Going to come through. Afro into the corner. Merely going to bang this one up high. Kopente trying to get to it. It's over the top of him. This ball could be dangerous if someone could get back to it. No one from Samurai going for it quite yet. Stites looking to take control. Fortunately, Venom not quite there yet, but dangerous ball off the backboard. Out in the midfield now, Stacked. He's going to send it down, looking for another touch, trying to find the shot there, looking for the pass instead. Not going to get it here, Stites. He's going to keep it around, looking again for his teammate. Stacked is making the turn forward. He's going to cut it off. Samurai a little bit too far up here, but they're still going to be able to recover. And now up in the air, 3-on-1. Merely, what can you do for us? He's going to make the big save, able to push it away. And Samurai are really trying to fire one in here. Ventus trying to get the next one through to get a championship. But Venom, the defense is holding on strong right now.
Yeah, I mean, some great defensive play by Venom, and they're really, you know, contesting the midfield, and a lot of that has been Yukio, and you know, he's been great to kind of diffuse the passes that Samurai has been going for. And you know, the Venom team here looks completely different than they did in the first couple games, especially on defense. They seem a lot more calm and controlled versus when they were allowing themselves to get boost starved and going for risky balls. As I say that a potential shot comes out and
Oh my
another
gosh.
risky play, but Venom holds on, and I mean that's something that we haven't been able to see them do earlier in the series. So I mean, definitely some great plays there coming out from Venom.
Oh my goodness, that one was almost a very dangerous ball to go in the back of the net, but fortunately for Venom, it does not find its way through. Instead, we remain tied at 1 in this Game 6 Forbidden Temple. The chaos is already happening here as Samurai gonna send this one up high. The ball is dropping down, but Murley's gonna get a touch just in time, able to get that one away, keep his team alive. So we're now to the final minute, final 60 seconds of regulation. Will we see overtime? Will we see a game winner here? Will we see 7? Will we see a championship? Questions all to be answered here as this one off the backboard. Merely can't find the touch. That one gonna be cleared away. It's the ball now popping up. Samurai looking to send it across. This ball towards the net stack. Not gonna be able to find the touch. Merely gonna take control, trying to take this one down. Got a teammate in the midfield, but a big dunk by Kopente. Kopente trying to find another one. I'm not gonna be able to put it in the back of the net. We're down to the final 30 seconds of regulation. Yukio gonna bang this one up high. Kopente gotta make the touch there, but fortunately Stack gonna get to it there. Able to get it away. Is that one a little bit wide, a little bit dangerous? But last opportunities here of regulation for both these two teams. That one pushed across. Kopente gonna find a touch. The ball up again. Kopente send this one towards the middle. Gonna be taken to the corner. A big 50 comes through. Merely gonna pop it up. Gonna send it down. Is it going on the net there? The ball, it's gonna go in. Merely, he puts it in with 4 seconds remaining.
Oh my gosh. I mean, a hard play there by Stites, but you gotta get that one to force overtime. A big mistake comes out from Samurai with the last 4 seconds, especially with how back and forth it's been. And as the clock winds down, the ball's still up. It's not
Wait.
over yet. Looks like Stack's gonna try to get a pass, but Stites not able to get there in time. And Venom on the brink of doing something unthought of, as they have now taken 3 in a row from this Samurai squad.
Oh my gosh, and the Game Point Gurus, they've sent us to another deciding game. They've done it so many times in the regular season, and now they've sent us to Game 7 with a reverse sweep on the line, looking to make Nemesis history. You mentioned it, only 3 times in all of the best of 7s in Nemesis history have we seen a reverse sweep, and now Venom are on the verge of sending us that way. And I mean, Ventus, you know, reverse sweeps are always improbable, but I mean, who would have thought that this would happen here in this game right now? I mean, with the way Venom looked in the first couple games, there was nothing going on, and I mean, it's just an absurd comeback right now.
Yeah, I mean, completely absurd. I mean, I said it was gonna go to Game 7, so I mean, obviously, I was on point there, you know. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, we're looking at games 1, 2, and 3. I mean, Samurai had 12 unanswered goals against Venom. I mean, Venom was struggling to just defend their own net, and I mean, to go from that, Venom didn't score for almost 15 minutes of gameplay between 3 separate games. I mean, to go from being that like bad almost, I mean, that far, like that, you know, going against that momentum and really turning it all the way to the fact that not only are they forcing Game 7, but they have looked so good, and a goal comes
my
out,
gosh.
and Venom's actually
No
going
way.
to take the lead to start out this Game 7, and I mean, just going from 0-3 to tied to now
What?
being up in Game 7 is absolutely wild.
And where is the timeout? This is absurd. Where is the Samurai timeout? You've given up all the momentum. You've given up all the pressure. No timeout to be had. And instead, you give up the first goal in Game 7. And Venom, they just find a way. The victory org, you can't count them out here. And right now, they've got the lead in Game 7. Looking to pull off this reverse sweep. And the Samurai, they've got to quell their nerves. They got to find a way here in Game 7. We talked about how one game can decide it all, and the pressure is most definitely on, as now they find themselves in a hole, looking to get reverse swept. This one popped out of the midfield. Samurai trying to look for something, but this ball is up high. Yukio's trying to get to it, but it's going to be denied away by the Samurai merely. Looking to send this one back in. The ball pops up. It's floating down. Stites can't get to it. Neither can Venom. This ball, Samurai, a little bit of a team bump there. We're running into each other here. As this ball out of the midfield now. Ford gonna find a touch. This one's sent down, and Ventus right now, it just seems like the Samurai, they've given up all their pressure. They seem so slow right now to challenging on these balls.
Yeah, I mean, they have not looked like themselves, and I mean, you mentioned Samurai did not take their time out after losing Game 6, and that's very questionable in my opinion. Is, you know, they had so much momentum, and a potential shot coming out here by Ford just going to be wide, merely trying to put it on target. I mean, this Venom roster has created so much pressure and so much momentum for themselves over the last 4 games now, or the 3 games and this one, and it's really mind-boggling that Samurai still feel confident in their ability to you know, that they didn't need a timeout at all. And so I think that one, I mean, Venom made a blunder, you know, not taking their timeout, but, you know, I think Samurai not taking a timeout here is even more of a blunder. Is, you know, they can't, there's no more games after this. There's no more ability to use their timeout. They you know, they use it or lose it strategy. I mean, they just elected to lose their timeout in this series, and, you know, a timeout is a very key thing in changing tides of momentum. So, I mean, very questionable. A great air dribble there by Yukio, and an amazing play. I mean, Yukio doing it all on his own around 2, gets it under the 3rd, and I mean,
what is
now
happening?
Venom have a 2-goal lead. I mean, absolutely wild stuff. Yeah, I cannot believe that this is happening right now.
This is unreal. With this Venom team that we saw in those first couple games, it looked like the sweep was underway. This is not one of those, you know, reverse sweeps where you're like, man, you know, all those games were so close. They were 1 away. And this one sent back towards the net, a dangerous ball. Gonna have to take control. This was not one of those ones where you like, wow, they can really win any of these first couple games. Samurai walked Venom around in game 1 and 2, or game 1, 2, and 3, and finally, Stites, he's gonna stop some more bleeding, put it in the back of the net, and bring him within 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's all facilitated by Kopente there. I mean, a great pass off the back wall and a great bump on, I believe it was Yukio. I mean, especially with how dominant Yukio's been. I mean, a great bump there to just open up the path for Stites to put it away, and a much needed goal for Samurai, as, you know, they had not looked like themselves. So hopefully this gives them some more confidence as Stites looking to pass it. Kopente's there. Kopente puts a shot on net, and they also got a bump from the last Venom player, and now it's tied. Now Samurai showing signs of life about halfway into this game 7, deciding that they are done messing around and they're here to play.
Wow, and it's Kopente again. He has led the way for the Samurai in those early games here, and he's going to find a big goal to tie it up here. And now the pressure is on both these teams, and it's on the demo. The defense erased. Kopente erasing the deficit and taking the lead for the Samurai.
Wow, I mean, another great play there, and another demo. I believe that's 3 goals that they've scored off of bumps or demos on the last man of Venom, and an infield pass play by Samurai. I mean, they have now completely seized the momentum here in this game 7. They didn't even have to use the timeout, as a potential double tap comes out by Kopente, just unable to get the last touch. But I mean, it's wild how back and forth this game is right now. I mean, absolutely crazy stuff.
Yeah, this is insane stuff right here. Game 7 for the championship here. Venom now, the kids who have come back, the underdogs for so long, now find themselves in a tough position here. Down by 1 with a minute remaining here, as this ball is sent back up, looking to drop it down. A nice touchdown in front of the net there. The bumps. Oh, Kopente on the goal line. He denies it away. What a save by Kopente. Keeping his team alive as the shot coming right back off the backboard and stacked. He's gonna make the touch. And Venom, they're fighting here, trying to find something. Will they find it, or will they be denied? A missed touch comes through. Stites trying to send it down in the corner. Two Samurai attackers on this ball here as the time ticking merely. Gonna bang it down. 30 seconds remaining here in Game 7. Venom need to find something, and they need it right now here. Stites on the control, popping it by one Ford, turning it in the corner. Yukio gonna pop this one up high. Ford trying to get up to it. Kopente, he's gonna find a touch merely, sending it back across the middle, looking for a teammate. He's not gonna find any as this one's sent back. Yukio gonna try to drop it down. A missed touch, maybe. He's gonna send it out. The 50 comes through. Last opportunity for Venom. The ball is up. It's floating. It's off the backboard. Can they find one more? A big miss. Merely, he puts it in. 0 seconds remaining. He puts it in. Overtime.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that they were able to score it 0 seconds. I mean, it looked like all hope was lost, but we're heading into overtime Game 7. I mean, who would have thought this series has been so back and forth?
Oh my goodness, and this one, Stites, he's trying to drop it in. Unbelievable. The reverse sweep attempt, it lives on here in a Game 7 as Merely put that goal in, and now Venom. Can they end it off, or will the Samurai hold and recover the ball? Offed up here. A touch trying to come through. Stites looking to find it. Merely gonna help him out, but a big dunk comes through. The ball now floating up. Opportunity. Shot towards the net, but it's gonna go a little bit high. Venom trying to get this one, and the nerves are high here in this one. A shot attempt coming through, but it's blocked away. It bumps. Trying to come through. Big mistouch. And leave some open space for Ford, who's gonna be erased off the pitch. 50 coming through from Yukio as it's sent off to the side. Venom trying to get this one out. Merely can't find the touch. The ball popped up high. Merely trying to get back to it. He's going to find the touch. Able to send it to the corner. But this one, pass in the midfield. Kopente sending it towards the net, but Fort, he's there on the goal line to deny it away. Once again, he's been huge for this team. He's been huge for everyone in the Victory org, as this one is now pushed in the midfield here. And now Samurai gonna make the counterattack. The ball popped up, floating in the midfield. No one wanting to go for this one. Every team, every player knowing the pressure is on this very moment right now. As this one dropping down, Kopente trying to find it. The ball floating out of the midfield now. Opportunity here for the Samurai. Gonna send it in the corner, looking for another touch. That one gonna be blocked away. Boost gonna be grabbed. Gonna be stolen. This one floating across. It's dropping down. And that one is off the post. It's not gonna go in. Oh my goodness. Another one that's off the post. The chaos continues, Ventus.
Oh my god, and another attempt comes out, a great solo play. A shot comes out here. I mean, back and forth play by both teams. Stacked, unable to get the touch here. Looks like Venom's gonna be able to maintain. They're gonna look for some offensive pressure. A good 50 comes out in the midfield. Fork gets a beat on one. Stacked, gonna get to clear his last back. I mean, these teams are back and forth right now. Mealy looking for a solo play. Gonna get the double off the backboard, not able to get there. Kopente's gonna clear it out. Fort electing to put it to the sidewall. Stites not going to be able to get the touch. A double commit comes out by Venom. Looks like Mealy's going to be first to this ball. Mealy not able to get the touch.
Yeah,
it's back and forth.
This is chaos, but it seems like it's on a moment's edge right here. And there it is. It's Fort. The reverse sweep. It comes through. Venom, the improbable, the impossible, the 4-time champions.
Yeah, and I mean, just absolutely insane series. I mean, we're talking about Venom, who hadn't scored in 15 minutes, absolutely coming back, forcing Game 7, going down in Game 7, forcing overtime at 0 seconds, and then finally, after 2.5 minutes of overtime, able to put in the dagger against this Samurai squad. I mean, you could not ask for a better series there, and I mean,
wow.
Absolutely wild. But I'd like to say that I picked Venom in Game 7, so.
Well, I did too. I picked Venom in Game 7, and they didn't give us too much confidence, but my goodness, they've done it. Merely and Fort gonna win their first championships back-to-back for Venom, the 4-time champions. Unreal, folks. Unreal in the Challenger League. And Venom, they find a way. The Victory org has just provided some wonders. Another championship to their ledger. And wow, I really don't know how it can get much better than that right there, folks. But we're gonna have to try. We're gonna have to try as, oh man, Ventus. I mean, what a series! What a series right there! What a series!
Yeah, I mean, I'm at a loss of words. I mean, it's insane. I I can't believe Venom was really able to buckle down and come back. I mean, it seemed like all hope was lost for Venom, towards the end of that game 3, not being able to even score on Samurai's net. And I mean, just to be able to come back from that is absolutely crazy. And I mean, they definitely made Nemesis history just then.
Yeah.
A great win. And if this is what's to come of the first series, I mean, I can't wait for the next 2 series we have coming up.
Yeah, I mean, that was absolutely and utterly insane right there. Venom pulls off the reverse sweep, the only non-1 seed to pull off a reverse sweep, and they do it in the grand finals. They are champions of the Challenger League, and we are going to be right back after a short break here. A couple of big shout outs here to Jacksoy, Logan, and Grebsy for the resub. Much appreciated. And well, folks, you guys are gonna have to stick around because we have more Rival League and Titan League action, more grand finals to be had. Well, hopefully they can live up to this. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but man, we provide some content, and we're gonna have to see how it shakes out. So make sure you guys stick around, and we'll see you guys in a few minutes.
My name is Sans.
Speed _ Demon 1215.
My name is Cozy Boy.
My name is LK. I'm the GM of Victory.
A GM of the Slauson
Chess Hall.
Aeronautics.
I've been here since like season 5. Or no, I joined in season 4. And what brought me here was, so I have an org outside of Nemesis, the Slot Squad Esports. Just one day, I think it was like Sageburner, and joined our server looking for scrims. So we started scrimming like random Nemesis teams, and then they invited me to the league.
I joined Nemesis right after the draft in season 6. And what brought me here is I got into PC, was getting back into playing some Rocket League, had a couple friends that had played in leagues, and miraculously stumbled across Nemesis.
I've been in Nemesis since, I think, April of 2024. March, April, something like that. It was right before the draft of season 10. I joined like a month or so before. It was through a Twitter post. I think it was Rockerman. He like commented under a post.
What brought me to Nemesis was I was queuing 6-mans, like the North America 6-mans, and I queued into Sandsbar, and I think I like carried him or something in our series, and then he invited me to come play because he said he had a team for me. I think season 7 was when I joined, like 2.5 years, I think.
My favorite part about Nemesis is, out of all the leagues I've been a part of, it feels the most home-like. Everyone's really intertwined. Everyone's really cares about each other and, you know, building the community. Whether you want a staff role or not, everyone just wants the best out of the league.
My favorite part about Nemesis is finding people that work with each other.
I mean, probably just the building teams and kind of seeing how teams do, really.
I love Nemesis because of the community that we built here. We get a nice stream as well, every like 2 nice streams a week. So it's just, it brings more people in and just make, you know, more friends, and that's what I love about it. Like how many people I've met through this.
Rival GM, although, you know, I don't mind the guy, is probably Dan. Dan is definitely, he's messed my org up a couple times, and it's, you know, it left a bad taste in my mouth that week for sure. So
I mean, probably Dan, just because we got GM at the same time.
It's pretty close. I might have to give 2. Sands, because Sands is in my org, so, you know, we play them 2 times a season.
I mean, of course, like, I mean, I feel like this is half of people's answers, but the first thought I come up with is DJG, of course. He's picked on me, I picked on him, I figure him as my rival, I guess you could say. I mean, in a fun sense, of course. You got Vanguard, you got Bearcats, you got Warhawks, you got Hellcats, you got Spitfires, you got
Inferno, Blizzard, Gravity, Nebula,
Brawlers, Vandals, Bandits, Assassins, Mafiosos, Godfathers,
Gladiators. Oh my god, this is way harder.
Venganza, obviously, Godfathers, Dragons,
Bishops, you got Rooks, you got the Gambit. That's not a team anymore though, but
Venganza, Spartans, Pinnacle, Knights, Blaze,
Lions, Panthers, Tigers,
Vortex, Lightspeed, Hydra, Arrival, Blaze,
Flame, Ember, Ignite, Gambits, Pawns, Rooks,
Bananas, Papayas, Pineapples,
Dragons or Spartans. I do PR, dude. This should be a lot easier.
Thunderbirds, Bearcats,
Bishops, Kings, Grandmasters, Flurry.
So Bandits have made playoffs every season since they've been a thing, and they've never won a playoff game. And they're usually a top 3 seed. I think next season they're finally going to win a playoff game.
Well, I just want to thank pretty much, I'm going to be a little wholesome here. I want to thank all of Nemesis especially. Each and every single one of you. I know there's some banter going on sometimes, but I think personally, I mean, this is coming from my heart. I appreciate every single one of you.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm super proud of my teams. This season, obviously, it was a little more hectic for my org, so I would just, you know, I'm super proud of them.
Yeah, you know, I just appreciate everyone that, you know, is part of this community. I know I can come off as, you know, hot-headed sometimes, but I'm really just a really cool, chill guy. Don't ever take anything I say to heart. If you guys ever need to reach out to anyone, feel free to reach out to me. I've been in the league for a while. I can point you in the right direction or get you that proper answer.
And welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where we are having the Rival League Grand Finals match just about to take place. And I mean, I'm hoping that it's going to be just as good as the last match that I casted. But I am joined with Grebsy. Grebsy, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great, Ventus. A great match on that last one there, and hopefully, as you said, this one will be just as good. Maybe going to Game 7 is what we're looking for here. These two teams both deserve to be here. Both amazing teams. Both have played very well this season. It's going to be an amazing matchup what we have coming up.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously with Hydra, they had a last minute kind of roster change as they added Landon and dropped Zimity, as Zimity was unable to play for the playoffs. So gonna be a little bit interesting. Obviously, has not faltered them so far, as they were still able to make the grand finals with somewhat of a new roster. But it'll definitely be interesting to see what will happen with this Hydra squad. As it looks like just a kickoff goal is going to come out from the side of Hydra and make me eat my own words a little bit. A good 50 there by Sanzo. But I mean, Hydra definitely going to be interesting. But I mean, we can also talk about Blaze, and Blaze also made an addition of Pulse, and Pulse and T-Man really known to clash heads every once in a while. So that'll also be something to look out for. But I mean, Grebsy, what do we expect to see from these two teams playstyle wise?
Yeah, so definitely from Hydra here, you're going to be seeing a lot of assists and a lot of shooting, because we got Sanzo and Conti both here. They are number 3 and number 2 in goals per game, as well as number 1 and number 2 in assists. So lots of shots, a lot of pressure coming from the Hydra side of the field. And as you said, we got Pulse new on the team, and T-Man and Kizvi, all very excellent players, very solid all around. So looking for a lot of team plays going up there from the Blaze side of the field.
And I mean, we're talking about a little bit of the offensive pressure by Hydra, and we see it already from there. And between Connie and Sanzo, both players that you talked about, a good pass off the corner, and Sanzo able to be the first one to that ball. And yeah, I completely agree with what you kind of mentioned about each team. I mean, we're talking about Hydra, crazy offensive potential, going to be really difficult to really deal with them, as a nice little musty flick comes out by Sanzo and puts Hydra up 3-0.
It's a very strong start by Hydra here right now with Sanzo. Just an incredible play there, getting that extra little push with that musty. Great play.
Yeah, I mean, a great play indeed, and already a lot of offensive pressure here by Hydra, and I mean, gonna be very interesting. But Kizvi looks to do something about it, and a great demo by T-Man, and a nice little counter attack comes out on the side of Blaze.
Yeah, if Blaze is going to want to score here, these are the kind of plays they're going to have to make. Hydra's pressure is so much, it's so fast that you get any kind of clear out like that, you catch their third man alone, you're gonna find some goals there. So if Blaze keeps this up, they're going to get 2 goals here real fast. But who knows with Hydra's pressure, as I think that's barely going to miss there. We're going to see some plays from both teams that are amazing here.
Yeah, and almost a goal there by Hydra, just off target there, and looks like Blaze is going to try to get something going, but Connie's going to intercept. Sanzo looking to put it off the corner, looking to get him to follow, beats T-Man because he has to get that last back. Connie looking for a sidewall, puts it off the backboard. T-Man's going to have to get it clear, but Sanzo's going to pick this one up in the midfield, looking for a double tap, elects to not go for it. Kizvi, a nice play off his own back wall, but it's going to give Cotney another solo play opportunity. Cotney putting off his own off the ceiling, not able to follow that one. And then looking for a pass in the midfield. Sanzo going to try to get a fake, but T-Man's still going to be able to get a touch. And another, it looks like another fake comes out on the side of Sanzo, and Cotney's going to be able to put that one away.
Yeah, a great play there on that 50 by Sanzo, able to put the ball straight up. And Blaze really just kind of caught on the back foot here, watching to see what Hydra's going to do with it. And the answer is put it into their goal.
Yeah, and whether Sanzo meant to leave that ball for Cotney or not, we can leave that to the individual viewer to decide. But it looks like Hydra taking the early lead so far in this game 1, and a lot of offensive pressure. It looks like Blaze going to try to clear it out of their own back half. Kisvy gets a nice clear past one. Pulse looking for a pass to Kisvy. Kisvy with a crazy double tap. What an angle!
A huge double tap right there on the side post. I didn't even think it could go in from there, but he's making it happen. Almost a triple touch there on that double pass, on that pass to put that into the goal. That's a great play.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. I mean, I did not expect Kizzy to be able to put a shot on target in that situation, but I mean, he shows that he is he's here and ready to play, and you know, cutting the deficit down to 2 with just about half the game remaining. But I mean, Hydra looking to create some pressure still as Connie looking for a solo play, looking for the double tap, gets the double tap, and another fantastic play comes out, but this time over the side of Hydra.
Right now, both teams here kind of putting on a bit of a show with these double taps. You know, if you're looking to learn how to do it, just pay attention to what they're doing, because this is clutch play right now.
Yeah, I mean, an absolutely insane play there by Cotney, and you know, really able to keep the lead. And looks like a shot attempt coming out by Blaze, not able to do anything. Landon looking to get a little bit of offensive generated as he's kind of been quiet so far in this game 1. Looks like Cotney gonna try to intercept this ball. A little double commit almost comes out by Hydra, but Sanzo's able to follow the ball. Landon looking for a pass out mid, gonna be intercepted by T-Man. Pulse looking for a dunk, is not able to get it, but Gizvy's able to take possession here. Gizvy taking up the sidewall, looking for a beat on 1, is not able to do so. Cotney looking for a clear out, looking for a potential double, does get it, but not on target. Pulse gets a clear out, but Landon's there. Landon gonna put it for a backboard, not able to get a follow touch. Sanzo's gonna try to put this one on target, not able to do so. Kizvy's gonna look for a counterattack opportunity. Tries to pass it to T-Man, not gonna bear any fruits. So Connie's gonna take a solo play out of his half. Gets a nice double pass, Kizvy. Sanzo looking for a pass off the sidewall. Connie's 50s T-Man. Kizvy gets a beat on Landon, that should help relieve some of the pressure. Sanzo elects to get a nice 50. Gets a fake on Kizvy. Kizvy passes out mid. A demo comes out by Cotney. Landon gets a beat on T-Man. Looks like Sanzo's going to get a beat on Kizvy as well, but Connie is not able to follow it as he's going to get demoed. Pulse looking for a clear out. Going to be 50 by Landon. A lot of Hydra pressure here so far in this game 1. Grevzy, I mean, do you think Blaze can really do anything about it?
They've been trying to do what they can here. You've been seeing a couple more demos coming, some more bumps on the Blaze side, and it's been helping relieve the pressure, but not quite enough, as Sanzo's going to find an open goal there again, back of the net here with a good pass from Cotney. We just need to see a bit more of those demos, a bit more of that pressure from Blaze, kind of not, you know, just stopping Hydra from doing what they're doing, you know, just anything to mess up their momentum, to mess up their timing. And I think Blaze will find that'll help them a lot right now.
Yeah, I mean, Hydra seemingly being able to do whatever they want so far, and you know, putting on the mechanical clinic as a potential dunk comes out here by Kizvy is actually gonna give Blaze a goal here, but you know, 3-goal deficit with 30 seconds left is pretty improbable for the side of Blaze, but you know, is doable. But I mean, as we talked about, Blaze really got to do something about, you know, limiting Hydra's ability on the ball. I mean, Hydra has been able to just go for whatever solo plays, whatever passing plays they want, and they haven't really been contested too much. So I mean, that's definitely something that Blaze will have to look at potentially changing as the clock winds down in this game 1, and they might be able to get another goal here, but 2 goals in 4 seconds is just not gonna happen. I mean, Hydra's gonna take away this first game here in the series.
Yeah, this is, you know, the first game's definitely going to Hydra here unless something crazy happens, which it can. But just these goals for Blaze are good for their mental. It's good for them, you know, to know that they can do it, and it helps just prevent you know, getting down on yourself or starting to feel bad or panic, you know. So like, Blaze needs these goals. It's not going to get them this match right here, but it will help them in the future in these next coming games that they're going to be playing. And I think Blaze was kind of figuring it out there right at the end. They had a bit more pressure. They, as you know, you said, Hydra was kind of just doing whatever they wanted with it for the first part of this match, and Blaze kind of found an answer there right near the end. So hopefully they can keep this up and keep the pressure going.
Yeah, I mean they definitely were able to find somewhat of an answer. I mean, obviously not enough to come back from the large deficit that Hydra put them in, but I mean, crazy shots from both teams. I mean, a great double tap there by Kisvi and another great double by Cottney. And I mean, we talked about Sanzo and Cottney really being this duo, and I mean they scored 3 goals apiece and assisted each other. I mean, Cottney had 3 assists and Sanzo had 2 assists. So I mean, they were putting in work in this game 1 between the two of them, and so I mean, definitely going to be hard to stop if you're Blaze. But I mean, I know this Blaze roster. I lost to this Blaze roster. I mean, I know that they're not just gonna give up here, and we could definitely see some more offensive pressure potentially in this game too.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and we'll see if Blaze here right off the bat can make something happen. A little bit more pressure than what we saw in the first match. So far it looks like Blaze has the right idea.
Yeah, and we'll see if Blaze has some more of the right ideas. T-Man's looking for a potential clear out of his own half. Looks like Kisvi elected to go all the way back, allowing this Hydra roster to break out of the pressure. T-Man's going to have to get a 50 on Connie. So Landon's going to get a beat, going to drop towards the midfield. Sanzo's going to get a solo play opportunity here. Takes it off the ceiling, looking for a double tap. Unable to follow, but Landon puts a shot on net. Connie, another solo play opportunity, looking for the reset, gets it past 1. It's floating on the backboard. T-Man has to get a good save. Another 50 comes out. It's going to stay in the Blaze half right for now, as a great clear comes there by Kisvi. It's like Sanzo, a slight miss there. Connie's going to have to bail him out, but then Connie's going to get a slight miss. T-Man with a good 50. Landon able to clear it away. Kisvi already up, looking for another touch, looking for a pass. Going to be cleared away by Connie. Landon looking for a clear, not able to follow up his own touch. Looks like T-Man's going to get an air dribble, but Sanzo already up. It's some speedy play by Hydra early, but like Cottney's going to look for a pass attempt here to Landon. Landon, not a great touch, is going to give it away, but not another missed touch there by Blaze is going to let the pressure accumulate even more, and looks like a clear is going to come out by Pulse. Kisvi, potentially a shot, going to be saved by Sanzo, but a pass by T-Man right to Pulse, and a great little 1-2 there by this Blaze roster.
Yeah, excellent play here. Kisvi making that dangerous there for Sanzo, having to go up, and T-Man just finding Pulse right there at the goal post, able to put that in. These are the kind of plays we want to see from Blaze. They're working together, they're making plays, they're throwing Hydra's momentum off, they're keeping the tempo to their own tempo, and really making Hydra work for this right now.
Yeah, and I mean, definitely something we wanted to see was, T-Man and Pulse. T-Man really needed to step up here, as he was very quiet in the game 1 as a potential shot comes out and just is wide by Kisvi. But I mean, when we saw this Hydra roster, a great pass there by T-Man, and was that Kisvi is able to put that one away, and just a very good play.
A huge setup by T-Man there, off the wall, up to the ceiling for himself, off the ceiling, a pass, and then Kisvi just there to put it in. Blaze is a wholly different team than we saw, the first game here. As number 3, right off the bat here, Washed, gonna put one in right off the kickoff. It's almost like these teams have just swapped places as opposed to how the first game went.
Yeah, I mean, completely different. It looks like even though Hydra's been able to do some of their solo plays, Blaze has just been able to shut it down and been able to create better opportunities, and using their passes, and especially T-Man being that facilitator of passing plays is going to be very, very crucial for this Blaze team going forward. And you never want to let T-Man get rolling, as he's always one to look out for. If he gets hot, there's almost no stopping him. So if you're Hydra, you really do not want to let Blaze continue to get this momentum. But another shot going to come out here on the side of Blaze. Looks like Kisvi's going to be first to this one. Gets that beat on Sanzo, looking to follow up his own touch, not able to do so. Pulse is able to get the beat. T-Man electing to wait. Gonna have to deal with the dribble play. Gets demoed for his efforts. Kisvi has to make a diving save across net. Sanzo looking to add more of the pressure. Gets a dunk on one, but Pulse not able to get a follow-up touch. Landon's going to be able to put a pass mid. Kisvy's going to put that one away. Cottney looking to get a pass mid. Does so. Sanzo's going to be there, and he's actually going to get the beat on T-Man. I was assuming T-Man was going to be able to get a touch there, but Sanzo just a little bit quicker.
Yeah, a really fast play there by Sanzo. Looks like T-Man's jump was just a little off angle there for what he was trying to do, and Sanzo able to find the back of that net here with 2 minutes left, down by 2 goals. Hydra really need to start bringing the pressure again, as that one almost goes in, but Conti finding a little open goal here. That one would probably go in. Nope, T-Man's going to take it. Hydra's been shut down right now. You know, Blaze has figured out what they were doing, and they're not letting it happen anymore, at least as opposed to how the first game went. So Hydra needs to do something new here if they want to make this happen here in this second game.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I think it's really going to be something where Landon's going to have to be more, you know, included into this roster. I mean, we saw in game 1 that Sanzo and Cottney were pretty much doing everything on their own and being that dynamic duo with, you know, 3 goals apiece and assisting each other for almost every one of their goals. And, you know, Landon kind of been quiet, so, you know, maybe we'll see some more passes come out from this Hydra squad, or, you know, some just more creative plays than continuously just going for solo plays. But a good beat by Pulse there. A potential shot comes out by Kisvy, but it's going to be saved away by Sanzo. 50 comes out. It's like a few whiffs are going to come out there, but Kisvy's going to get a beat, and T-Man's going to pick up the free net. Is, you know, a little bit of a mishap in the midfield, but Kisvy's going to be able to get the beat on the last man, and T-Man's going to be able to put that one away.
Yeah, some unlucky defense there by Hydra, and even a first miss by Blaze. Blaze able to capitalize there with, as you said, T-Man being in the right spot at the right time. The ball just kind of free to him there to put that in, and Blaze is on fire right now. They are taking advantage of whatever changes they have made against Hydra, and it is working very, very well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, as we see, they are up 4-1 in this game too, and it seems like a completely, you know, different story than game 1, where, you know, Hydra had all the pressure and Blaze was just doing the most to just keep it out of their own net. But now it seems like the opposite. But a great shot attempt comes out by Cottney, and almost a nice slide ball double, or a corner read double, but just slightly off target. But a potential pass comes out, but I mean, one goal here isn't gonna change the tide of the game, and it's gonna go down. And Blaze, I mean, completely dominant in this game too.
Yeah, a completely new team. They whatever they did the first game there in that second half, they took a moment, they kind of resettled themselves, and we saw that first game. You know, they didn't win it, but they were coming back. They were making the goals, and that just fully continued into this second game. Whatever changes they made, whatever teamwork they were making there, is really paying off. And I mean, Hydra, the one goal there for that whole match, I think that's their only goal in about 7-8 minutes of gameplay between the first match and this one. So Hydra's been shut down, arguably right now. So they need to figure this out and start making some more team plays. Maybe, as you said, Landon needs to step up and be a bit more of a presence and not rely so much on Sanzo and Conti here to do all the work.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll see, as it looks like the kickoff for this game 3 is underway, and Kisvy looking to create some pressure. Landon gonna be able to get a clear out. T-Man's electing to just dribble this to the sidewall. Gonna look for a solo play or pass opportunity, actually, to Pulse. Pulse is up. Pulse puts a shot on net. And where is the defense by this Hydra squad?
They just all kind of got a little outplayed here. Blaze is just a little bit faster. Conti trying to get in from the side. Landon kind of pre-jumped it, hoping he'd be in the right spot, but Blaze is going to find that open spot of the goal here and put this in. Only 15 seconds in and up by 1. They have continued their pressure.
Yeah, and they definitely have continued their pressures. You know, it looks like another shot attempt comes out. A little pinch between Pulse and Kisvy, and it's going to find the back of the net.
Holy goal, Batman. This is insane by Kisvy being able to stay on that, and Pulse with the read there. Just the mid-air pinch, able to put that straight in, off the bar, straight down. is beautiful. Blaze keeps this up. This is theirs.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, Hydra will, not want to give this series willingly to this Blaze rosters. They potentially have another shot attempt there, but I mean, Blaze able to clear that one away. Looks like Cottony gonna look for a reset attempt, but forces a double commit at least. Not a great solo play, but it's gonna drop in the midfield. Landon's low boost though, not able to get a good challenge. So Cottony's gonna put it off his own sidewall. Sanzo gonna have to get a touch. Looks like T-Man 0 boost, just has to pop it, but no follow from this Hydra squad allows a 50 to happen in the midfield. Landon putting a shot towards net, gonna be saved away by Kisby. Double commit though by Blaze is gonna hopefully relieve some of this pressure, but Hydra looking to create some offensive pressure of their own. Gonna be a double commit by Hydra, but a nice shot there by Landon. A good read is gonna be able to close the deficit to 1.
Yeah, a huge play here by Landon stepping up. I feel like this third game of the match here has definitely been on the two people we haven't really talked about so much these first 2 games. We have Landon and Pulse very much stepping up for both teams in this right now. And if Hydra can keep this up, they might be able to get this game 3 in their favor. But right now, I think Blaze still has all the pressure and still has all the momentum.
Yeah, I mean, we see a pass attempt by T-Man and a bump come out. I mean, Blaze definitely does have the pressure currently, and I mean, Hydra is currently out shooting Blaze 5 to 3, but I mean, nothing too crazy difference there. It's pretty similar, but I mean, Sanzo kind of taking a step back here. Hopefully, he's going to be able to do something, but gets insta challenge off the ceiling. I mean, Sanzo kind of being a little bit quiet in this game as Landon's taking more of that front seat approach, but we'll see as Sanzo's gonna have to take it back to his own corner. He's gonna get pre-jumped by Kisby. Kisby looking for a demo, gonna actually get an accidental second touch on the ball, but looks like T-Man gonna try to pass it to Pulse. Connie's gonna actually beat the third man. He's not gonna be able to put this one on target. Is Pulse likely going to be able to get back to it, but Sanzo able to slot it in the top left of the net and around 2 defenders.
This is a very heads-up play by Cottony there, able to, get there really quickly and kind of get that cut in to make a pass and force Blaze here to make just any touch they can to prevent it from happening, and just a big follow-up there by Hydra there to put that in. And we got exactly half a match left, and it's tied here, and we're finally starting to see some action out of Hydra. They're finally putting some shots on that are actually going towards the goal and making it dangerous here for Blaze.
Yeah, as we say that, an unfortunate whiff kind of gives away to some of this Blaze pressure. Looks like Kisby's going to try to get another touch, gets a 50. Connie's going to be 0 boost, going to just look to get a 50. Going to go back into the corner. Sanzo kind of passes it out mid to T-Man. T-Man puts a shot on net, but it's right to Landon. A good save by Landon. Connie tries to get a clear out, not able to do too much with that. But Kisby's going to try to get a play here, but 50 goes right towards T-Man. T-Man looking for a solo play of his own. Tries to go off the ceiling. Landon's going to be able to cut that one off. It's like Sanzo's going to get a clear over Pulse. It's going to be a foot race back to net. Pulse going to 50 Sanzo. Landon electing to fake it to Cottony. Cottony just off the backboard, and now Landon 0 boost has to get a touch. Kisby looking for a clear out. Potentially to Pulse, but Pulse not able to get there in time as Sanzo's was able to cut that one off. Sanzo's now going to put a pass of his own off the backboard. Landon not able to get the read and kind of misreads it, not able to get a shot on, but the pressure is still mounting as Connie puts another one off the post, just off, but it would have been saved anyways because we're getting it clear on that touch. Sanzo looking for another 50, gets a 50 on the third man. Landon puts a shot on net, but Kisby gonna be able to get back in time and clear that one away. Kisby's actually gonna get a beat on 2. Landon's gonna be last back. T-Man gonna clear it away as the clock's winding down here. It's a lot more back and forth. I mean, who do you think is going to win this game 3, Grubsy?
It's hard to say. Hydra has the pressure, but right now it's kind of it's just barely they have the pressure. They're getting there, but Blaze is ready for them in almost every play that they're making right now. And while Blaze hasn't really gotten the ball out of their half very strongly here, they have had control of the ball for their touches are controlled, their touches are on purpose, and Hydras are kind of just not haphazard, but you know, off the cuff, very, very fast, and kind of hoping that something maybe gets a little lucky and just goes. As Cottony here with a great save for Hydra, almost getting scored on there. 10 seconds left. I can't actually say which way this is gonna go.
Yeah, and it looks like it might have been Blaze there as a shot attempt comes out, and looks like the clock is going to wind down to 0 seconds, and it's going to go to overtime in this game 3. A potentially, momentum swaying match by these two teams. It looks like Sanzo's going to take it up as a solo play, gets it over Kisvi. Pole's going to just clear this one away. Tries to get it past Landon, but unable to do so. Landon's actually going to get a beat on T-Man. Pole's has to cut the rotation there just to keep it out of their net. Looks like Sanzo's going to have another solo play opportunity. Pulse is zeroed back. He gets 50'd. It's a shot attempt by Sanzo just off the crossbar, and Cottony's going to stuff Kisvi there to seal the game for Hydra.
I actually thought Sanzo messed this up with Landon going up there, but that 50 ended up doing it here with Cottony able to come in. The full pressure push that we're used to from Hydra, just all pressure, all go, make a shot and hope it goes. It finally went there. Just, what is that, 12 shots from Hydra this match versus 6 from Blaze overall. The Blaze were getting their saves, but there's only so much you can do when there's a Gatling gun of shots going at your goal.
Yeah, I mean, the 12 shots to 6, I completely agree. I mean, Blaze had to deal with so much more pressure, and it looks like Blaze is actually electing to take their timeout now, which is something that we don't see usually happen in this early of a match, especially with it being this close. I mean, Hydra was able to squeak out a win in overtime, and it was very back and forth. So it's definitely an interesting decision between. But that Blaze is electing to use their timeout, and I don't know. I want to get your opinion, Grebsy. What do you think about this timeout usage?
I'm wondering if just they felt Hydra getting their groove back, because we hadn't seen any kind of shots like that in that second game of the matchup, and I'm wondering if they just felt it, that Hydra was starting to fire together again. They're starting to work together. They're really getting just all that pressure going, and we saw it worked in Blaze's favor. When they got their own groove going, when they had their own tempo, their own pace, they can make it work against Hydra. So it could just be an attempt here to maybe throw Hydra off and get themselves like 2 wins here, if they can.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that they're definitely trying to keep Hydra off their game, as they do not want a repeat of that game 1 where Hydra was just looking so dominant. And I mean, Blaze obviously going to try to do their best to keep that from happening. I do agree that it seems like Hydra was starting to get their footing back in that game 3, but I still believe that it might be a little bit preemptive of a timeout. But I mean, they are down 2-1 in the series, so I mean, if they lost this next game, then they'd be going down a match point anyways. So I mean, timeouts are such a weird topic, and it can be used in so many different ways, and there's never always one right and one wrong answer of how to use timeouts. So the speculation is unnecessary, but looks like it might do Hydra better than the favor of opening the scoring. But looks like T-Man's gonna get the save there. Kisvy's gonna get a touch past Sanzo, but Connie's gonna be there as well. Connie looking for a double tap attempt, gonna put that one on target, and a great read by Cottony to put Hydra up 1-0.
This is an incredible touch here. Just drew up into that upper corner, straight down to himself. Able to find it from the side, squeaking it into that upper right corner on the close side. That's a tough shot, and he made it look kind of easy.
Yeah, he definitely made that one look easy, as he was able to put that one in the back of the net. And so far it looks like Blaze's timeout has not yielded the results that they were hoping for so far, with Hydra able to take the momentum in this game 4, but does not look like it's over yet, as a 50 comes out by Pulse, and Connie gonna look to pinch it, gonna elect for a solo play, looking for a pass to Landon not able to get that one on target. T-Man's gonna clear this one away. Gets a double past Sanzo. Looks like a double commit comes out by Blaze. Pulse is not going to be able to challenge that one yet. He does elect to go, but too little too late as Connie's able to get a beat out. Looks like Landon's going to try to get a touch past Kisvi. Sanzo trying to get a touch. Looking for a second follow-up, but Kisvi's going to bump him out of the way. See a floating ball towards the midfield. Landon's going to get a beat on one. Looking for the double tap of his own. A great save by T-Man. Keeps the ball out of the net. And an unfortunate miss by Pulse there, but looks like T-Man's going to have the ball possession. But a 50 in the corner is going to go back out to the midfield a little bit. But a nice little 1-2 by Pulse, and Kisvi is able to relieve some of that pressure. A double commit coming out by Hydra. It's going to be cleared away by T-Man. Looks like Sanzo's going to try to take time. Gets a beat on 2 actually with his touch. Looks like Landon gonna get a clear on 1. Looks like Connie's gonna look for his redirect skim, but not able to get it. T-Man looking for a follow-up of his own, gonna be cleared away by Connie. T-Man gets a demo in the midfield. Kisvi testing the net a little bit, just trying to put one on target. It's like Polish trying to put another one on target. It looks like this Hydra roster is low on boost. Looks like Blaze might be able to get a couple shot attempts, but as I say that, Blaze kind of double committing, ruining their pressure chances. A whiff comes out by both by Pulse and Landon, but T-Man not going to be able to put that one in the back of the net as it's saved away by Connie. Going to go all the way back down to the Blaze half. Pulse tries to get a nice catch, but kind of plays it towards Sanzo. It's going to be back in the orange half. So the clock's about 1 minute now, and I mean Hydra still looking pretty dominant, but have made some more mistakes. Is it possible that Blaze is going to be able to regain their momentum and find a goal here?
I don't think they've lost their momentum. While, Hydra does have their one goal right now, Blaze have been playing very methodically, very controlled. Every touch they make is purposeful. They're finding each other. They're supporting each other. It's just right now that first goal happens to have gone to Hydra, and as T-Man here looking to make it happen. Oh, a little high. Kisvi not able to do it. Wash, Pulse, it's not going. They're there. Blaze is right there, obviously. A minute and a half left. It seems like right now Hydra's strategy is Cottney just kind of runs interference. He's in almost every play right now. Just doing whatever he can. He gets in the way. He makes a touch. He goes for 50s. They might not be the best play, but he's just trying to throw off Blaze's momentum, any kind of control that they have, and then Sanzo and Landon are there to support him, and it's working. It's just two completely different play styles kind of coming up against each other. As Landon's gonna able to put this in right here with 1 minute left.
Yeah, it's unfortunate from all that Blaze pressure that Hydra's just able to walk down the field and score that one to give themselves a 2-0 lead. I mean, we saw Blaze knocking on the door to the net, and it's just not being enough as a couple balls off the crossbar and post, and just a little bit missed shooting wise from the Blaze team is gonna allow Hydra to potentially take this game 4 and put them up 3-1 in the series. And Blaze don't have their timeout to use to try to talk about some things that they need to change. I mean, they have had more of the pressure, but I mean, it has not come to fruition as Hydra's been able to hold on and create 2 scoring opportunities on their own. So almost a third coming out here. Is it looks like a little team bump from Blaze. It's gonna keep it midfield. Looks like Connie's gonna look for a shot. T-Man looking for a sidewall attempt, not going to get it. Landon's going to play it, but it's going to go right to Kisvi. Kisvi going to have it on the back wall. It's going to go center, but Connie's there to run interference, so to speak, and Connie's going to be on the ball again. Has the reset, not able to get the follow-up touch. Sanzo plays it around 1. Does not have his flip anymore, as he was looking to use his flip there, but it just ran out in time, and clock's going to strike 0, and I mean, I think it was a closer game than the score dictates. But, I mean, it's just so tough when Blaze used their timeout, specifically to try to win this game, and Hydra was able to steal it away from them.
Yeah, I can't agree more that, the score doesn't really show how close this match actually was. I think what's happening to Blaze right now is they're playing very well, but they're basically playing by the book. They're making all of the quote unquote best plays for the situation, and sometimes that can just get a bit easy to read. You know, they're not really going outside the book. They're not getting too creative with their plays right now. It's just very solid Rocket League, but it's also a little bit predictable as composed to Hydra. Here, kind of just making whatever happen that they can. It's controlled, but it's never really, you know, the maybe the best player or the textbook play that you're seeing from Hydra. And I think it's just that's the difference that's catching Blaze off right now.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. Is, you know, with Hydra's plays, they seem to be much more creative and more mechanical. As you know, we've seen some crazy double taps come out from Cottony, and a shot attempt there by Sanzo. I mean, a nice redirect there. Another shot from Cottony. I think Sanzo's gonna try to take this solo play, but he's gonna get bumped. Landed, gets dunked. T-Man looking for a follow-up touch, gonna put it out mid. Sanzo's gonna be there. And the ball's sitting towards the blue corner. It's like gonna be staying there. It looks like Sanzo finally breaks the deadlock and is gonna be able to get the clear. Connie gets a beat on T-Man, but Zero Boost is not gonna be able to follow it. So a double commit comes out from Blaze. Sanzo's gonna get a 50 in the midfield. Connie has boost and ball. Fakes the first one. He's gonna put it out mid, but Kizzy's waiting there. Like, Sanzo's gonna have a nice force on the air dribble. Gets another force. Landon gets demoed. Might be some pressure for Blaze as a dunk on Sanzo comes out, but a slow follow from T-Man's gonna allow Landon to get back to it. Connie elects to fake it, I guess. It looks like Kizby's gonna take this for an air dribble. Tries to pass it to T-Man, looking for bumps. Looks like Pulse gonna have to try to take this on himself, but Connie's gonna get a nice catch. Landon back in his corner is gonna look to bang it out. Connie's not going to be able to get a read on that. Sanzo trying to get a touch, but Kizzy has a nice play around him. Pulse gets a beat on Cottony. Landon's low with Zero Boost in net. Landon's very awkward. Cottony gets a touch, but it's still floating on the back wall. Sanzo able to get a clear, but not able to get a follow-up touch. Connie likes to go for a reset, but gives the ball away to T-Man. Landon with a great touch to his own back wall. Kizby tries to pass it out to Pulse, and Pulse back flips. And I mean, we see time and time again where this Blaze pressure has amounted to a goal-scoring opportunity, and they just have not been able to put the shot on net to finish it. And now we're halfway through this game number 5. I mean, it's definitely anybody's game, but it definitely looks like Blaze has the ability to potentially take this game 5.
I could not agree more. You know, Blaze, they're playing a bit more off the cuff. They're playing a little bit faster. They're kind of stepping up to Hydra's game here. Is T-Man gonna find on the far corner? They definitely are putting in so much more pressure now. They're stopping Hydra before they can make their plays. They're no longer playing by the book here. They're taking what they have and they're working with it. And right now, you know, 2.5 minutes in, that's what they need to keep doing here if they want to keep going into this match a little bit further.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great force of a missed touch on Sanzo. You know, Sanzo's completely Zero Boost, has to get whatever touch he can. And, you know, T-Man, right place at the right time, just able to capitalize on the free goal. And, you know, Pulse, just in case T-Man shot it a little slow, is able to, you know, have the ability to almost a crazy shot there by Landon's going to be saved away by Pulse. Just as I was talking about Pulse running interference on a demo attempt on that Blaze goal, is he makes a great save there to keep the lead for this Blaze roster. But looks like this Blaze roster gonna have to get a nice 50. It's like Landon gets a 50, but T-Man's gonna get a beat on that last man. Kisby pre-flips too far and not able to get a shot on net. Landon's gonna get a clear out to Cottony. Cottony tries to get a touchdown field. Landon's not gonna be able to follow it up, but he gets a demo. Kisby just taking a 50. Looks like, yeah. Cottony gonna take a solo play here. One off ceiling is Pulse. Cottony looking for a double tap. Looks like Landon's a little bit awkward off his own backboard, not able to get the read, and T-Man's just gonna get a nice, simple, easy second goal.
Yeah, T-Man, a great clear all the way down here to himself. As you said, Landon trying to get there, but just not quite on that right angle. This is what Blaze was missing, and if they can keep this up, this is all theirs to keep going with.
Yeah, I mean, definitely agree with that. And I mean, hopefully, for content-wise, Blaze is going to be able to take this and force a game 6. But looks like Hydra might have some other things in mind as they keep putting shots on this net, continuously having to make saves as this Blaze roster. It's like 40 with just 40 seconds left. It looks like Landon's gonna look for a pass to Sanzo. Sanzo's gonna try to get a shot on, but T-Man's gonna make a good save, and Pulse just trying to get it out of his own half, trying to waste the time, try to send it to game 6. It's like T-Man gonna try to put one around Connie, but not able to do so. It's gonna end up getting cleared to the blue half anyways. Sanzo looking for a triple play, tries to get it past Pulse, but isn't able to do so there either. It's like a pass gonna be over Kisvy. Landon's gonna have to take it as clock winding down the last couple seconds, and we're gonna go to game 6 here. And I mean, crazy game there. It looks like Blaze really was in full control for that game and really able to capitalize on only their 3 shots. They were able to capitalize with 2 goals.
Yeah, that's 3 shots, 2 goals. That's the difference. Hydra had 1 save total. Those are those 2 goals that went in. Hydra's still putting up their 6 shots, but I think Blaze has kind of figured out that every touch they're making is going to be a shot. So I think they're kind of anticipating that now here. They're ready for those weird touches, those not perfect touches, where they're just kind of banging it in. And if you're sitting there ready for it, then it's not too much that it's not that difficult to deal with. It can be off-putting, but if you're expecting it to happen, then you're there and you're ready for it. And on the flip end there, we've got Blaze now, who are they're playing faster. They're playing more together. They're moving with each other. It's awkward, but it's controlled awkward, and they're really putting Hydra on the back foot here. That last match, and we are here now in Forbidden Temple, where I believe anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, crazy things happen in Forbidden Temple. I mean, we just saw a series where Venom had to score a 0-second goal to force overtime and continue their reverse sweep, and it looks like Hydra is calling a timeout here, and so they're looking to kind of nip this momentum in the butt that Blaze is starting to generate, and I mean, really, it's gonna be a difficult task for this Hydra roster, but I mean, they have the ability to create some crazy plays, and I think that's what they're gonna have to really rely on is their playmaking ability and their ability to kind of turn nothing into something, and if they're able to kind of create their opportunities instead of capitalize on Blaze mistakes, because I mean, Blaze has not made too many mistakes, especially in that last game. I mean, they were super solid, and I mean, they had a crazy save on their goal line from Pulse. So I mean, it's definitely gonna be Hydra creating the opportunities and not so much being able to take advantage of Blaze's mistouches.
Yeah, I agree with you, as we've got a shot coming off here really fast. Looks like Blaze still has the pressure going, as T-Man almost putting that in from the sidewall. A great shot there. We're seeing so much more pressure right here from Blaze. They're kind of turning around. They're just going for the shots themselves. They've taken what Hydra's doing, and they're doing it right back right now. And so far, it seems to be working in their favor.
Yeah, as we say that, I mean, I talked about the potential creation of plays as Cotney's going for a ceiling shot and just not able to find that one. But I mean, both teams coming out, showing what they're made of. Is nothing's found the net so far, but Blaze has already accumulated 4 shots within the first minute of this game 6. So definitely a good showing here by Blaze. And if you're a fan of game 7s, it seems like it's starting to trend that way as Pulse puts a shot on net and a bump comes out, but nothing's going to come to that. It's going to get saved away by Landon. Looks like Landon's going to be up for this one. Not going to be able to read it, but does not matter. His teammate's not able to follow up his own touch. So Connie's not going to be able to get his touch there either, and Sanzo's going to have to dive across net. Landon tries to get a clear out, but it's going to be right towards the Blaze, midfielders. It's like Connie gets a nice touch over one, but Sanzo is going to be bumped, and I believe Landon was also bumped, but he's still able to get the touch here. It's like Connie tries to get a reset, not going to be able to follow his touch, but it's towards Landon. It's going to go midfield. Sanzo's going to be up for this one, but not able to put a shot on target here is T-Man looking to get a clear away, but Connie, running that interference, is able to kind of cut that one off. Sanzo's going to have to make a save anyways. An unfortunate mistouch there by Pulse is going to put it back into the Blaze half, but it was towards Kisby, and Kisby's going to be able to get the first to the ball there. But a couple whiffs in the midfield is going to leave the net almost open for Hydra to shoot, but it just goes off crossbar. So Kisby's going to have a solo play opportunity. He's going to put that one in the top right of the net.
Big plays here by Blaze. They're 7 shots in right now. What did we say? They had 3 last game. So they more than doubled the amount of shots they put on goal here. They are bringing the pressure. They're bringing the heat. And Hydra's getting a little tangled up right now. And they need to kind of figure out how to calm this down if they don't want to lose.
Yeah, it's definitely what it looks like. Is Hydra maybe panicking a little bit. That is probably why they use their timeout. Is Blaze seem to be having their number here in this series after that previous game win. But I mean, this is Forbidden Temple, and anything can happen. As Hydra's going to be looking to close this series out, and Blaze is going to be looking to extend this one into a Game 7 series. As a potential shot comes out by Kisby, a great save by Cottney, and a good clear by Sanzo. But the ball's still in the Hydra corner. It's like Landon's going to try to get a 50, but Kisby's already there. Sanzo is going to have to try to clear this one, but T-Man's there as well. It's like a mistouch there by Connie's going to make Landon have to clear it out. T-Man elects to cut, keep the pressure in. Looks like Pole's going to put one off the back wall. Landon's awkward with low boost. Looks like Pole's trying to put one off the backboard, but going to be saved away by Cottney. And a lot of pressure coming out from this Blaze team as another shot attempt comes out by Kisby. Looks like Sanzo's going to clear this one away. Cottney is going to be there, potentially double tap, but good clear by T-Man. But a slight backflip actually allows this Hydra roster to create some more pressure. Looks like Landon's going to go, but going to get a delayed 50 on Kisby, but looks like T-Man's going to pop this one in the midfield. Sanzo trying to put this one under Pulse. Pulse still going to get a touch on it. Sanzo looking to go again. A whiff comes out from both Kisby and Sanzo. A lot of, Blaze members completely zeroed as well now, as it looks like Hydra had been able to create some pressure, but does not look like anything's come of that. Landon looking for a solo play, gets a 50 on 1, but Kisby's waiting on backboard, and even with 0 boost, he's still going to be able to get a touch there. But a bump comes out on Connie, going to allow Blaze to create some more pressure, or some more offensive attempts, but Sanzo's going to catch this one in the corner, looking for a 50. So yeah, awkward play from Hydra, and Kisby's actually going to be able to steal this one off of, Connie's car, or Landon's car, and put one in.
Yeah, just a bit of awkwardness there about Landon and Cottney together. They kind of ended up in the exact same space, but it wasn't really where the ball was. They were close, but Blaze able to capitalize here, and Kivzy finding the goal. And Sanzo with a rebuttal here. 17 seconds left. They are still in this. You've been saying it, a lot of plays are happening right here from both teams. Very low boost, almost 0, almost the whole time. It's kind of just a matter of who gets the better touch by just a fraction, but just a hair, and it's whoever gets that favor on these almost YOLO plays. And right now, Blaze is capitalizing.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. As the clock is winding down, it's not quite over yet. Crazy things have happened in Forbidden Temple, but as the clock hits 0, Blaze is going to win game number 6 and force Champions Field in game 7. I mean, a great showing by Blaze, and really almost dominant. I mean, we talked about last game, they only had 3 shots, but this one they came out swinging, and they outshot Hydra 11-4, and it really shows that Hydra was on the back foot for most of this game 6. And I mean, it was Blaze's game to lose, really. I mean, great overall play from them, and Hydra just having to do the best they can.
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost like the teams have switched again here. We're seeing Blaze with the 11 shots on goal, and Hydra with only the 4. And normally, before it was Hydra was bang after bang after bang towards the goal here, and Blaze has really absolutely stepped up. And they are doing everything they can to make this happen right now. And we're into game 7. We're here, and it's whoever can hold their mental, whoever can hold their attention, whoever can focus the longest. This is 7 matches, a lot of matches to play here, and it's whoever can keep it going into this final match for 5 whole minutes. Will come out victorious here.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And it should be a great game either way, as both these teams have been back and forth, and it looks like Connie's gonna try to get a 50 on this one. Landon gonna get a beat on Pulse, gonna get a sidewall attempt. Connie's gonna be off ceiling, not gonna be able to do much there, but a shot comes out by Sanzo, and that one's gonna find the net, and Hydra strike first in this game 7.
Yeah, this is a huge 50 by Landon right there. Able to keep the ball in the goal. Kisby finding himself a little too far forward, a little bit too middle of that goal, unable to do much with it. And Sanzo just going to bring it home. It's been a minute since I think we've seen Sanzo have a goal here. So him and Cottney need to reconnect here. Landon needs to keep doing what he's doing. If Hydra can keep this going, all 3 of them working together here, they're going to have this over Blaze. But Blaze, that said, they're still bringing all the pressure. They're not sitting down and taking this. It can go either way at this point in time.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, another shot attempt comes out by Landon, and yeah, Hydra is not going down willingly, as they are going to find each other this time, and Landon's going to put a nice shot in the back of the net, and Pulse is not going to be able to find it. I mean, a great play by Hydra, and they take a convincing lead early in this game 7, but I mean, we can't count Blaze out yet. I mean, Blaze has been so good in a lot of these games, and really shown that they are here to play as well. So hopefully they'll be able to bring this one back. But looks like Cottney gonna try to get a solo play out. Sanzo gonna be up, but Kizzy's gonna clear this one away. Pulse gonna get beat by Landon. Landon's gonna look for a pass middle. Connie's gonna be there. Connie's putting off the backboard. Kisby's low boost. Sanzo's zeroed as well. Looks like Pulse gonna get a clear away. Kisby looking to dribble this one. Landon's going to get a nice 50. Connie's already there. Connie's up. Connie's looking for a double touch. Has the reset. Looking for the double touch. A great save by Kisby. Kisby looking to clear this one away. Gets a beat on Landon, but Sansa's going to pick this one up in the corner. Gets it to avoid the bump. Looking for an air dribble. Gets a beat on Pulse. Gets a demo on T-Man. Cottney looking for a pass to Landon. Landon trying to put a shot on net, but another save by Kisby. Pulse gets bumped around the ball. Looks like T-Man's going to have to be the one to take this one out. Pulse gets a good touch around 1. Kisby going to have to play this one. Gets 50. Gets a nice 50 towards the midfield. It looks like a double commit comes out by Hydra. Connie's going to be up on this one. Looks like a pass middle from T-Man, and Pulse is going to be able to find that one and cut the lead to 1.
Yeah, it looks like just a bit off here on the defense. Sanzo not quite getting there. Pulse ready for that play, coming straight in. A great pass from T-Man off the ceiling, bringing it down very fast, giving Hydra very little time to react.
Yeah, and I mean, definitely a much-needed goal, as you do not want to be down 2 goals at the very last minute of this game, as a potential shot came out there by Hydra, but it was saved away by Blaze. And another pinch middle for Blaze, but Sanzo with a great save and a good 50 is going to be able to help relieve some of that pressure. Looks like a pass attempt comes out. Looks like Pulse is trying to get the demo on Landon, but not able to do so. Kisby's still going to put this one on target, but Sanzo's going to catch this one away. Gets a demo on T-Man as well. Tries to keep following this ball. Looks like a double commit comes out here as well. Another double commit, but this time on the side of Blaze, and Blaze is actually going to put just one on target. It's going to be a slow roller all the way into Hydra's net to even up the scoring.
Yeah, this double commit by Hydra here threw them off. You know, they had no man back at that point in time. And Pulse with the heads up play, just yeeting it down the field, finding that open goal. It's 2-2 with 2 minutes left. Both teams full momentum here. You know, we've got Blaze only 4 shots total, 2 in, and we've got Hydra even only 5 shots total with 2 in. You know, both teams are playing out of their mind right now, and they are doing everything they can to try and win this.
Yeah, and I mean, a great play there by Sanzo, able to follow up this shot. I mean, just a slight mistouch by Landon, but I mean, T-Man has to respect the shot on target and ends up being a pass right towards Sanzo. He's going to drop that one just under the crossbar and give Hydra this lead. But I mean, this game has been so back and forth, and it's really kind of been the story of this series, as well as both these teams fighting back and forth as another save comes out, another clear comes out by Sanzo. I mean, crazy plays back and forth. This could end up going to a Game 7 overtime if Blaze won it badly enough, and another clear potentially comes out. The Connie's going to try to slow this play down, looking for a touch off ceiling. Gets a beat on Pulse. Kizzy gets 50 in the midfield. It looks like Landon's going to try to put this one on target. It's going to be around Pulse. It's actually going to be almost a free net. Kizzy has to dive back and make a good save. So Kizzy's going to try to get a clear on this one, but it's going to go right to Connie. Connie with a top over 1. It's going to get 50 by Pulse. T-Man with a great cut. Gets a beat on Landon. Sanzo's back with 0 boost. It's going to be off target, but Pulse is there. Pulse puts it around Landon, but Connie's going to be first to that one. Connie now has a sell play of his own. Gets a pop off. Gets a air dribble attempt. T-Man with a crazy save. Gets a reset off his own backboard and gets the musty to pop it over 1. Pulse tries to get a shot on target. T-Man trying to like this one, try to get a pass mid. Sanzo has to pop it up high. Kisby bumping Cottony in net. Pulse gonna have to go on that one. T-Man's low boost. Landon elects to fake. A double commit comes out on the side of Hydra. Connie gets a good beat, but Kisby's there. Looks like Pulse is gonna beat this one. Pulse looking for a shot attempt here. Fakes it for T-Man. T-Man puts it off the backboard. Kisby not able to follow up in time. Kisby's going to try to keep it mid. Clock's winding down. 10 seconds remaining. Looks like Pulse trying to pop this one middle. Sanzo's going to be there. Puts a shot on net. Kisby has to play it to the side. Cottony looking for a solo play. Just trying to waste time. Kisby over to Pulse. Landon faking this one. And it's going to drop. And it's going to hit 0 seconds. And Hydra's going to be able to claim the win against Blaze here in this close Game 7.
What a series. That was incredible. Huge saves by T-Man. Just plays from both teams here going out of their minds. I lost track of what was even happening there. That final minute, everything was just fire, you know, it was everything was happening. An incredible series, and Hydra here able to squeak it out in the end. Amazing plays all around both teams. This is an incredible finals, and Hydra played amazingly, and so did Blaze. Either team could have had that. That literally, I think it came down to just Rocket League gods of one mistake maybe was what called this game. Even I mean, I can't even come to mind no mistakes, you know, that were actually made, but maybe just a slight mistouch here or there is really what ended up happening for this series.
Yeah, I mean, definitely super close. I mean, both Hydra and Blaze brought out their best stuff, and just unfortunately Hydra was able to come out on top. I mean, a great series, but I mean, 2 Game 7s already so far tonight, and we're not done yet. We still have the Titan League matchup where the Godfathers are going to be taking on Venganza. Should be a crazy series. You do not want to miss it. We will be right back in just a couple minutes.
My name is Sansbar.
My name is Speed_Demon1215.
My name is Cozy Boy.
My name is LK.
Hi, I'm Dan Moon.
My name is Mealy.
My name is Dr. Shadow, and I am a GM for the Fruit Ninjas org. The Sub-Zero org.
The Pantheon org.
I've been the Firestorm GM for a couple of seasons.
That's a tricky question. I've been in Nemesis for a few years, actually. A really good friend of mine, Squirrel, brought me into the league, but at the time that he brought me, I couldn't play. I was working on game nights, so I wasn't too involved. But I've been fully involved playing for the past 3 seasons.
Man, I've been in Nemesis for a few years now. I've been here since season 3, and honestly, the love of Rocket League. I don't think I would be playing Rocket League right now if it wasn't even for Nemesis.
I have been in Nemesis for, I think, just over 2 years now. I remember I joined back, it was right after I hit Grand Champion for the first time, actually. I recall looking up online different leagues to play in or different ways to play competitively.
I showed up sometime around season 2 of Nemesis, and I got brought in by, I'm pretty sure it was Control Alt Elite. I don't know if he still plays, but it's been a while.
My favorite part about Nemesis is all the select team names. Every team name is different inside of the orgs, which I think it makes it really unique compared to other leagues out there.
I would have to say the draft aspect. I know a lot of other people say the same thing, but I really do think the concept of a draft-based league is really interesting. I think it forces those who are GMs and even captains of teams to try to create a team as well as possible and try to mesh pieces together to get the best group that they possibly can. And I don't know, I just kind of like that.
My favorite part about Nemesis is honestly the community and bringing everyone together. I've been lucky enough to make some fantastic friends and been able to meet some fantastic people that I haven't been able to, or I wouldn't have been able to otherwise. And my favorite part, especially about being a GM, is being able to foster that and bring people together and help people enjoy their time, 1 in Nemesis and 2 playing the game inside the community.
Well, it's gotta be the community. I know it's like super cliche, everyone says that, but I mean, genuinely, Nemesis is one of the best communities I've been in online, for the most part. You know, there's a few bad apples here and there, but, you know. I mean, I gotta say LK. I mean, both of our orgs have been pretty high up there in the power rankings for like this whole season, so I gotta say LK. Love the man, but it's gotta be LK.
I would have to say Smooth. I have nothing against Smooth whatsoever. He was the first guy and the first GM when I started playing to take a shot on me, even though he said I had a funny name. Shout out Merely, because I think that's why he said I had a funny name.
I would go ahead and pick Mealy just because he is a fellow GM inside of the same conference and division as myself. And we can have a friendly rivalry as well as continue to be competitive with each other.
My rival GM in Nemesis history has to be JD. I don't know if anybody remembers him, but he was the Melon org. Like, he was on the Melons, the Fruit Ninja org. Man, we still rivals to this day, at least for org standpoint, but man, I hated him so much, but it was all fun in the end because our orgs always clashed against each other's, and it was really fun.
So we're going to start with bananas, pineapples, papayas, melons, kiwis,
Wolfpack, Frost, Flurry, Snowstorm, Whiteout, and Blizzard.
Inferno, Blaze, Flame, Ember, Ignite.
Krakens, Chimeras, Griffins, Minotaurs, Gorgons, Sirens.
Blizzard, Whiteout, what's their Charlie team? Snowstorm.
The Gambits. You have Wisps, Wraiths, Banshees,
Vanguard, Hellcats, Bearcats, Warhawks.
Motion, Lightspeed, Hellcats. I'm choking.
Nebula, Galaxy, Orbit, Hypernova, Aurora.
Venganza, Vipers. Oh god. Faded, Distortion.
Inferno, Blaze, Flame.
So sucks. The Sloth Syndicate, the Assassins. You have Victory Org, Vipers, Vortex.
Ember, Ignite. I just want to thank everybody out there for having a great season this season and previous seasons as well. I love being a GM here. I love all my teams and I love all my players. I shout out to my AGMs as well. You guys are awesome. Obviously, if anybody needs anything, my DMs are always open, and I love you all.
Go Firestorm. We are winning every single thing, and if you see us lose, you did not see us lose. We actually won, but you just didn't realize it yet.
I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. I love Nemesis with a passion, as well as the community that it brings together. Keep recruiting, keep bringing players in. Let's make this league as big as possible. Love you all.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Dan. I know there's a lot of love-hate relationship, in Nemesis, but thank you all for making great memories. And Sub-Zero on top, baby! Let's go, Dan Plan!
Left me in this mess, I'm falling. Never know. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back for our last grand final of season 11 as we are heading to the best of the best, the Titan League. And Flip, this has been an insane night so far. Back-to-back game 7s, including a reverse sweep in the Challenger League. Man, this has been an insane night.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. Back-to-back Game 7s today. In the Titan League itself, both the semifinals were also Game 7 overtimes.
Yeah.
So, this is just, it's the writing's on the wall, Rocker Man. We have a Game 7 in our hands. I can already feel it. So, I'm really excited because this series is about to be insane. Obviously, the best of the best playing in the best league. Time to see who will come out on top in Season 11. We got Venganza and Godfathers. And Rockerman, hey, we made these guys wait a long time, so I think they're ready. They're eager to get into this one.
They are, and I'm about to get them joined up here. I do got to give a couple of quick shout-outs because the stream kind of went crazy in between our last match. Shout out to LK, gifting out 20 subs. Cal coming back for 35 months. And then Bondo also giving out 10 subs. So much appreciate to you guys. Appreciate the love and support. And we appreciate you guys watching all season long. And oh boy, we got one final match for us here. Flip, we got Godfathers, we got Venganza. We got them all in the lobby here, ready to lock and load. Who are you taking? We talked about it on the pre-show a little bit, but remind everyone, who are you taking and why?
Man, I have Venganza. They are just... first off, the Org's looking to go back-to-back in Titan. But man, this Rocky Ayers fella, he is just a little too good. And so I have faith in this team here. And, usually I'm a Tashega hater. I hate to say it, but he's been playing out of his mind. So want to see that continue. But a great pass from Xenix could have set that one through. But already, Rocker Man, these two teams, Dude, we're already starting off hot, and it's just gonna heat up from here.
Yeah, it is just going to heat up. I mean, these matches are always fun. You mentioned it, Venganza looking to go back-to-back. The Victory Org already won a championship tonight in a reverse sweep. They went back-to-back in Challenger. They're trying to go back-to-back in Titan. And then on the other end, the Godfathers here trying to get the first ever championship for the Sloth Syndicate org. So a lot to be had here, and there's a couple of players looking for first-time championships. And I'm surprised to note this. I was looking at this earlier, Flip, and it really surprised me because of how good this player has been in Nemesis history. But Brandon has never made a Grand Finals before, so this is his first Grand Finals appearance in Nemesis.
That is crazy, because I know you've picked him on Pinnacle like so many times too. So it's like, I feel like I've definitely seen him there. But man, the placebo or like the Mandela effect, whatever it's called, definitely hitting right there. Because that man, he's always a big talking Titan, always a high draft pick, and he's looking to score the first one right here. That one just off the mark, but Venganza seems to be ramping things up.
Yeah, and I got to see who's going to come out with the first goal. Obviously, a lot of pressure on the line here in the Titan League. These are the best players in all of Nemesis that we've had this season. I mean, a lot of great matches. Like Flip mentioned, we had 3 out of the 4 matches in Titan League went to Game 7, including both in the semifinals. So the Titan League has been insanely close with the Rays MMR boundaries, and we found these two teams upsetting Inferno and Pinnacle respectively, who were the 1 and 2 seeds. So they made it here, made it to the show, but there are no slouches for sure, as this attempt gonna come through, gonna be pushed off to the side, and another double back out of the midfield. Rocketeers trying to drop it down, looking to take things up to the ceiling there, but denied. Logan all on top of that one, as Brandon gonna take it back in the corner, gonna pop it by 1, ball out in the midfield. A little bit far up there. Godfather's trying to turn it back. What a great touch. Rocketeers gonna block that one away, as Brandon gonna find the touch here early on. And Flip, we're about halfway into game number 1 here, and neither team has been able to find their first goal.
Yeah, both these teams have had the opportunities, but some good defense and not too many overcommits so far from either team. Nobody wants to make that big mistake to give up the first goal. They want it to be an outplay, but neither team is able to find the mark quite yet. However, I will say, right now, I mean, it's been pretty even, but that one mistake, it's going to start opening the floodgates here, Rocker Man, because whenever that first goal goes in, then everything just is broken wide open. So we'll have to see who's able to do that. But it's looking like it has been just the Godfathers in control just a little bit more, and Logan looking to score that one there,
Almost able to drop that one in, as the Godfathers here try to fire back. This one shot towards them, going to be saved away. Rocketeers. This one fired back in, being blocked off to the side. A close attempt there, but not quite going to find it. This one pushed across. Logan looking to give chase to Shega. Meet him at the apex. He would have blocked that one off. This ball is up here. Gonna be sent down when he pushed into the corner. Rocketeers gonna take control here. He's able to send it down. Find a 50. Not gonna find it this time, as the ball is up high here. Both teams still looking for their first goal. This one floating. Opportunity, but Teshega gonna block. That one dropped down. Gonna be popped over the top of 1. Trying to send it down. Hop up to the ceiling. Zen gonna find another touch. This one out in midfield. Xenix looking for the shot, but not gonna find it on target. Brandon not able to get to that one. The ball continues to be pushed out here. Both teams still fighting for that first goal here in game 1, trying to set the stage for this series. The ball is up now. Getting blocked across. A minute remaining now. Looking for the read. Oh my goodness, what a touch coming through by Brandon, but not quite on target there. This one fired back in, and again, 50 seconds remaining. A couple of close opportunities for both these teams, Flip, but no one relenting that first goal quite yet.
Brandon almost had an insane redirect, but just not on target. And these teams, they're trying to find any way through, but these defenses so far, Rockerman, in the midfield, they're playing super safe on their goal line as well. Venganza had a huge stand, and so in these next 30 seconds, I feel like it's going to be tough to break through, and the overtime, it's starting to loom here in game 1.
Yeah, could just find our way into that position here, unless someone could score here with the final 15 seconds of regulation. This ball pushed across the side. Brandon got 50'd out. Pass across. Here comes Xenix, firing it in, but Rocketeers on the goal line. Gonna make that touch. Able to block it away. This one's sent down. Logan gonna take control. Xenix now gonna find a touch. That one pops up. It's actually over the top. Could be a big opportunity. Godfathers looking for the neck. Zen at 0 seconds puts it home.
0 seconds. Brandon just not getting the touch. And Teshega on literally 12 boosts had 1 pad, just could not get there in time. And Zen with the ice with great placement. Godfathers making the one mistake that Venganza really seemed to make they made it count and able to score that goal. But I will say, Godfathers, just looking at the shots in total, I mean, that is absolutely wild. It is 9 shots to 2. And there was a stint there, Rockerman, where it felt like Venganza were at 0 boost, sitting on their goal line, just making desperation save after desperation save. And so it felt like Godfathers just had a little bit more control than Venganza did in game 1 here.
Yeah, and I think that was the big difference there that we saw in that game 1, and Godfather's gonna be happy to take it their way on that one, and that is a great start. Yeah, you mentioned it, 9-2 in the shot department, so they really weren't messing around at all in that one. So a great start, and Flip, a close game like we mentioned. All things considered, what are you trying to see here as we look to get into game number 2?
I saw a lot of attempts at midfield passes. The passes were there, and they were fast, and that could have been great opportunities if the second man was just positioned a little bit more favorably for him. And so, and I'm speaking for Venganza here mainly because I felt like they were passing this, weren't able to get the shots off. And so, if you're Venganza, I feel like that second man just plays a little bit more optimistically. You can start to see a little bit better connections, but that's probably the best way I can explain it. They just need to find ways to find each other in the midfield. As Brandon's looking for that pass downfield, Shagan's just not quite there. But the solo plays, they've been working for Rocky Ayers. He's going for one there, but the team plays is what I want to see more of, Rockerman.
Yeah, no, you got to find the team plays, especially when you get in the Titan League here. These players are so good at rotations, so good at sniffing out those solo plays. The only way to beat people in this rank is to use your teammates and work together here to try to take down the other team. The solo plays aren't as prevalent in the Titan League with the very high skill ceiling in this league, so definitely agree with you there. Gotta find each other in this one if you're gonna want to bring it back. But Godfather's happy to take that game number 1 victory. Tashega dropping it down, looking for Brandon, but Logan gonna cut that one off. He would send it back down. Rocky Ears gonna bang this one out. Xenix gonna stop it. A little bit of dangerous ball, but he's able to get just enough of a touch to push that one away to the side. He's now gonna follow that one. This ball into the corner. 50 gonna come right through. Gonna go off the post with the follow up one more time. Brandon gonna send it in, and Venganza is on the board.
Really good follow-up from Shiggy. He wave dashed to be able to get the momentum to get back up the wall, and Brandon just had to put it away. Really good 50, and that 150, one good 50 like that, it's the difference maker here in the Titan League, and Tashega being able to pull that one off, give Venganza the kind of spark that they've been looking for here. Hopefully start to see a little bit more plays start to come through, because, Rocket Man, nobody scored this early all series. The last time it was a 0-second goal, so first time we're ever seeing a team play from behind.
Yeah, that's true. It's been a crazy start, and Venganza finding their first goal of the grand finals as well. We saw Godfathers, like you mentioned, take that last one at 0 seconds, so we have to see how Godfathers respond now from behind. This one sent off to the corner. Touch gonna come through. Ball gonna be poked out. Nice little pass there, but denied by Venganza, as now it's in the corner here. Ball up, 50. Gonna come through as this one is blocked up. Loading in the midfield. Could be a dangerous ball. The shot gonna come through. Here comes Xenix. Venganza not able to answer, and Xenix makes them pay.
Man, Logan with a good dunk. Zen had a good dunk right before this, and the finish from Xenix as well. But it just felt like Godfathers were just sticking around and being annoying. And man, whenever you're just kind of trying to get that ball cleared, you get desperate sometimes. And Venganza let it show a little bit there, as now Xenix is trying to make a good play here over one, but Rocky Ears is going to get the clear. And Godfathers seem to have a lot of composure right now, Rockerman, and they seem very comfortable with the position they're in.
Yeah, and that's something we saw too in their last series when they took down Pinnacle. There was just a massive amount of shots in that series, Flip. I know you remember that one, that crazy Game 7 overtime where there's probably like 18, 19 shots on net, and Godfathers held their composure and were able to lock in. So this team, they've got the ice in their veins for sure.
And they pull it off in the grand finals, though. It's a different atmosphere. Xenix is trying to sneak another one through. That one not going to find its way to Shega. Able to get the clear, but Venganza's holding on. And now they're trying to find each other, but so far, like you said, this Godfather's team, they're just had an answer for almost everything. And like you said, against Pinnacle, man, they had an answer, no matter what. And so it's fun to see a team adapt like that, but now we got to see if Venganza can do the same thing, because Rocketman, there's only less than 2 minutes left in this game, and it feels like the momentum has really shifted here for Godfathers.
As you see some awkward plays in the midfield, Godfathers getting the pressure, putting it on the net here as Venganza little bit of double commit, a little bit out of rotation. This ball popping up to be somehow saved away. I don't know how that ball got its way out there, but it did. And Gonza, thankful for it. This one up in the midfield, dropping it down. Nice little pass, Logan. Looking back for maybe a third one, but a little bit too overzealous there to try to find that one. Couldn't quite do it now, so we're down to minute 17 here in game number 2. The ball pushed across the side. 50 coming through. Logan taking it up. This one could be popped. Rock Ears gonna get a touch. You get some help from Brandon. This ball's still in their zone. Rock Ears now looking to take control of the ball. Pushed back in. Block gonna come out. Brandon gonna bang it down. This one, shot attempt, just a little pot shot. Zen didn't have that boost there, but Gonza not quite able to get back to it as Godfathers continue their control here, continue hunting as this one drops down. Shot attempt is gonna go off the post. That one could have been a big opportunity, but not gonna find its way in. And final 40 seconds here, Gonza looking for something. Here comes Tashenga taking the shot, but he's denied away here as Flip there. Both these teams looking for it here, and Gonza a little bit of panic there, able to get away, but 30 seconds remaining here, and we could have our second overtime looming.
Yeah, actually, it'll be the first overtime.
Well, first overtime. We had a 0 second. It felt like overtime.
There was some extra time, the clock just wasn't counting.
Yeah.
But they're looking like it. However, man, you can never count either of these teams out, and with 9 seconds left, ball gets popped up high like that. Anything can happen. That ball hits the crossbar. Xenix and Zen were looking for that one, but that ball will finally hit the ground. The overtime has been called, and Rockerman, game 2, we got overtime. Game 1, it was a 0-second goal. These teams are neck and neck. They are looking to tie it up here. Venganza are, and if you are the Godfathers, taking a 2-0 lead is always super huge. Not able to find a connection there, but they're going to continue to look for it here as overtime. Both these teams want to settle in, but an early goal could be huge for either one of them. As a shot from Xenix not going to go through Rockerman. And Godfathers, they're looking pretty comfortable already, and Venganza on the back foot with not a lot of boost to work with.
Yeah, not a lot of boost. The shots are being peppered on net here. You see a total of 0 boost for the entire team right now. And they're still going to get a shot.
My God!
It's going to go in the back of the net. How do they do it? A 0 boost goal as its own goal, and Venganza tie the series up.
Xenix, my man, would have been one of the best shots of your life if it was on the other net. But that one has to hurt. Yeah,
wow.
Venganza, they'll take that one. They were on the back foot all overtime, it felt like. I mean, it was a fast one, but it was Godfather stealing boost, getting demos. Like, they had all the pressure and one clear. All it takes. And Rocket League is a game of, seconds where, like, things can flip around in the blink of an eye. And, I didn't expect Venganza to win like that. No. Godfathers, they're probably still reeling a little bit from it, but hey, we're on to game 3. It's tied 1-1. These teams, they are neck and neck.
Yeah, they really are, and that was a crazy way to end that one because at the time of that goal, all 3 of Venganza members, they had 0 boost, and it just somehow goes in. You take, like you said, you take what you can get here, and yeah, I was not expecting it to end in that way either. And if you're the Godfathers here, you got to find a way to regroup, put that one out of your mind. They've done it many times throughout the season and in the playoffs as well. So I have no doubt that they're going to be able to persevere and come back in game 3. But will they be able to come back enough to find the win? That is the big question here because Venganza, they are a very solid team here. And, it's not easy. It's not easy to find multiple wins in the Titan League this season, Flip, with how great these teams have all been.
Back-to-back wins are even harder, Rockerman, and so seeing if Venganza, they can get back-to-back game wins here to take a 2-1 lead. Taking a 2-1 lead for either one of these teams would be huge as Godfathers are looking to take a lead in this game early, but Rockerman, I really don't know what to predict anymore. These teams, they've shown some flashes of brilliance. Then Xenix had a moment as well. That did happen.
He did.
Yeah, but
it happens.
Man, you never know what's gonna happen here in the Titan League. We say that about Novice, but man, Titan, you just don't expect it. Like, you expect great gameplay, and then something pops up out of nowhere, and it's gonna be great. But Rocky Air's gonna leave that one for Brandon, and Venganza gonna try to get us started here. But both these teams, Rocket Man, they're not known I swear they used to be known for their shooting and their goal scoring, but so far it's been all defense.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's been like defensive masterclasses. Rocky Year is gonna pick up another save, and it's been low-scoring games, 1-goal games, in the first 2 here, and it looks like these guys are being very methodical. And I think that goes to show a lot of respect for both these two teams. They know how great every player in this lobby is. Quite a few multi-time all-stars in the lobby, so you got star-studded matchup for sure. And both these teams know that 1 goal, 1 mistake could lead to you losing the game. I think they're both being very smart about their plays. This one attempt coming off the ceiling, Rocky Ears trying to find it down, but instead it's going to be Godfathers clearing it away now off the corner. Looking for a double tap, can't find it. Big shot towards the net, not going to go. Just a little bit wide. Godfathers almost had an opportunity there. Here comes Logan trying to find another touch. It's high off the backboard, and Gonza again. It's a panic, and Godfathers just going to let him and hold that midfield line. There is Zen. Firing that one in, not quite going to be on target though. And this one dropped down, a great pass, gonna come through. Zen sends it in, and that's what the Godfathers do best.
Yeah, Zen's shot not on target, but the play's not finished there. He takes the boost, he turns back around and waits for the pass, and it's just, it feels like an outpacing almost of like by Godfathers on Venganza right there. It just feels like it was a little quicker to the boost, a little quicker to the ball. And, it's milliseconds sometimes. It's just enough though here to give a lead here to the Godfathers. However, Venganza, not a team to give up that easily. Rockerman and Tashega, Rocky Ayers, and Brandon, they're very resilient as their offense has already gotten started, and Rocky Ayers tried to pull off an insane shot there. Not going to come through, but already Venganza on the attack.
Yeah, Venganza on the attack, looking to strike once more. Rocky Ears off the ceiling, looking to find a touch. He's dropping it down. Xenix has to make that one. He does. Able to get off the side. Tough read. Brandon can't quite make contact. As this one sent back? Rocky Ears, no boost to work with. He's still going to find the touch. Able to get it away as Godfathers keeping the pressure on. Brandon finds a touch to Shega to help him out here. But the ball only to Xenix as he's going to be wiped away right there. But that one almost going to find its way in, but not quite. As the Godfathers again pressing that attack. Venganza playing patient. Brandon looking out for Tashega. Zen is already up, trying to go after his former teammate there. That one not going to happen. This one drop back down to Shega, looking to send it over, looking to maybe send it on, but Logan going to get back just in time to push that one away. The ball bent around, dropped in, and again, Flip, I mean, these two teams are just, we mentioned, I didn't really expect this. Like, if you told me it was going to be a high defensive showcase, like, I would not have expected that one bit between these two teams.
There's been 5 goals scored so far.
Oh!
There's been 6 goals scored so far. The Godfathers have the majority of them, but 6 goals in 3 games, not what you would expect out of these teams. But a really good shot there from Logan. Bar down. 3 defenders in net. He doesn't care. Taking a 2-0 lead here, Rockerman. And finally, a lead more than 1 has happened here in this series. Venganza, they haven't been able to score a whole lot, so it's going to be tough for them to come back from this.
Yeah, with how this series has been going, this might be the dagger already here. You hate to say it like that, but wait a minute. Oh my goodness, Tashega trying to drop it down there. But yeah, with how low scoring and defensive this battle has been, it seems like every goal just matters that much more. Makes that second one from Godfathers all the more crucial. This one popped up. Zen looking to stay with him. That one sent off the backward. Xenix trying to find this read. He does. Gonna get over the top of Rocky Ears. As time ticking now here in game number 3. Venganza looking to battle back, but Godfathers have a pretty solid hold here. They go up 2-1 in the series. Brandon looking to send it out, going to push it wide, sending it down. Rocky Ears trying to get to a big 50, comes through to Shega, trying to find that one. A good demo comes as this one, then he popped over the defense. It's just Logan back. Brandon looking for something there. Just going to put it a little bit off target as Logan is going to be blocked up again. Trying to drop this one down, not going to find the touch though. Shega wanted that one back. As now the Godfathers looking to counterattack, looking to hold onto their lead. Flip reset coming through as Brandon going to be forced to make a last-ditch save effort. And Venganza, the time is taken. They need to score time on the clock, and they might have just found it here. As Tashega is going to take it by the entire defense and put it in.
The fake out one that flicked past the other two to Tashega, showing them how it's done. But a really well played, sequence there from Venganza as a whole. And now, with 30 seconds left, 27 seconds left, they have an opportunity to tie this game up, but it will not be easy against this Godfather's defense.
The Godfather's defense so rock solid here in the first couple games. Now Venganza gonna have to try to take this one down. Brandon gonna push it over the top of the defense. Final 15 seconds. Rocky Ears off the corner. Opportunity. Here comes Tashega. Bang! He puts it in and ties it up.
Tashega will not be denied. Rocky Ears with a great pass, but Tashega finding the shot. Zin had him pre-jumped. He doesn't care. Tashega forcing that ball through, and with 11 seconds left, Rocker Man, it looks like overtime, but I don't want to call that quite yet.
You never know with how this series has been. We got 0-second goals already. Venganza roaring back from that 2-goal deficit, trying to find something, but Logan gonna deny that one away. As the ball's popped up, Tashega gonna deny this one. Ball still up, gonna touch the corner. It's rolling in the Godfather's end, and it's gonna touch the ground, flip, and we got overtime again here. We got 0-second and 2 overtime games here in this series so far, and now we're gonna have to see who's gonna come out on top of this one.
If that doesn't tell you just how close these teams are, I don't know what does. Brandon making a nail-biting save there. Tashega leaving that ball for Rocky Airs. These teams trying to find any way through that they can. As Rocky Airs and Tashega double commit here, could be an opportunity. But Brandon all the way back, trying to get that ball cleared. And Godfathers, last time we saw the overtime, had a very unfortunate event happen that definitely they would want back. And so they're trying to avoid that once again, but a long clear once again from Tashega. Now he's gonna look for Brandon. The shot comes through. What a save by Xenix, making up for last time. And Rockerman, now we have very intense overtime. You know, we got the kickoff goals they're out of the possibility. The teams have finally settled into the groove. This one might go on for a while with these two teams. Because the defense, it's still holding strong. It's 2-2 now, but these two teams, nobody wants to lose in overtime.
Yeah, nobody wants to lose in overtime, and I thought for a second Zen was about to fall on that last ball on the last Venganza opportunity. Thankfully he didn't, and we didn't see a repeat of game number 2. As now, in overtime here, Godfather's going to send this one down out in the midfield. Zen looking to just fire this one. Rocky here has got to make a save, and he does. Able to get back to it, looking to try to find another touch. It's Tashega gonna take control, gonna get it over the top of one, kind of, as Brandon just sends it out the backboard, gonna find that double, able to keep the possession for just a moment. Logan gonna pick up that mid boost. Xenix trying to get up to it, not a lot of boost to his name, but he's still gonna find it. This touch, great, dropping down. Tashega has to make the touch, and he does. Able to get away to the corner. This one fired in, Rocky Ears. 50 gonna come through, Rocky taking control. Little flick there, and a big dunk. Is it gonna go all the way? Oh my goodness, Rocky Ears on his head.
It wasn't just the first 50 that he absolutely dunked, but the second one as well, and Xenix did not expect that to come through. Rocky Air is just a little bit bigger, hit the gym, and Venganza, after, you know, being down 2-0, Rockerman showing a lot of resilience here. Their defense held strong, didn't give up any goals when they knew they couldn't, but most importantly, the comeback. That is kind of just a statement win, you know. Godfathers, they were up 2-0. First time we've seen a 2-0 lead, and Venganza snatched it away from them, winning game 3 here, 3-2.
Yeah, it was crazy. I believe it was like the final 40 seconds or so flip that it came down to as well. It looked like the Godfathers, or maybe it was a little bit longer than that, but it seemed like they just came back at the very end and just snatched it right out of Godfather's hands there. And, you know, Godfathers are, you know, another one maybe they're going to want back here. And Venganza, there's something about this organization. I don't know what kind of voodoo LK's been cooking up over there, but somehow the Victory Org just finds a way to win.
Yeah, LK, I'm sorry I didn't sign with you. My bad. I've learned my lesson, bro. Like,
next time.
This is next time, please. Next time, please. Victory Org, it's called that for a reason. And Venganza looking to bring home another victory. Go up 3-1 in the series would be huge. Tying up this series equally as massive for this Godfather's squad. And, you know, the curse of Zanzibar, it might be rearing its ugly head. You know, if this game does not go in favor of Godfathers, obviously we saw a reverse sweep, but that does not mean it's easy to do. And a 3-1 is just as difficult. So we will have to see. This game here could be the biggest difference maker in this series, but so far, Rockerman, both these teams once again off to a slow start, trying to get the defense rolling. Nobody giving up a free easy goal yet.
Yeah, no, they're not, and that one almost got pushed through. But yeah, no, the Sloth Syndicate looking for their first championship as an org, the only org that doesn't have a championship in Nemesis, and the Godfathers This team made the grand finals back in season 8, lost to Phoenix. That was the only other time this Lost Syndicate has had a grand finals team. So these Godfathers, there's a lot of pressure. It's not just a normal pressure. I don't know how much these players think of it. Was this one almost going to be a shot on net? I don't know how much these players think of it, especially in the Titan League, about the pressure of an org as a whole. But if you know about it, it's something you have to think about in the back of your mind, even if you don't want to have that pressure on you.
I'd like to say they don't think about it, but there's always that thinking of, man, I want to get Sans a chip. Man, I want to get my org a chip. There's always that thought. But right now, they got to focus on the game ahead of them. Rocket Man being down 2-1, definitely not the position you want to be in, especially after being up in those games. They've found a couple opportunities here, but so far, Venganza has held strong. Now, both these teams with about 2 minutes separated. Brandon's going to find the first goal here with a great touch from the pass from Tashega. A great pass there from Tashega, but a great touch here from Brandon, giving them a 1-0 lead.
And the Godfathers just double committing too far up there. I'm not sure who the third man was on that one, but he got beat out there on the challenge, and Brandon just took a leisurely stroll through the air into the back of the net. And when you give Brandon goals like that, I mean, hey, he's not gonna miss any of those as he finds that one in the back of the net. And big goal, big stomp there on Tashega. Gonna actually keep the Godfathers on the offensive pressure. Shot opportunity. Xenix trying to drop it down, but Logan not quite anywhere to be found there. Is this one gonna go underneath a big flip reset? The net is open. Oh my goodness, Rocky Airs.
Oh my goodness, this kid is disgusting. That is nasty. A great fake on the flip resets, and then the flip reset to get over the last defender. Rocker Man, that is, the higher level you go, there's a lot more mind games, and just the little positioning of your car, can make all the difference. They couldn't see Rocky Air's car, so they didn't whenever that happened, and so it's like you don't know if he got the flip reset, what's he's doing afterwards. There's just so many little things that go into that play, and it's just such a good look, especially from an outside view. And now Godfathers, they're on the back heel. But hey, 2-0 lead, it ain't safe in this series, so Godfathers, they got to turn on the offense and see if they can catch back up. But Venganza can do it. I don't see why the Godfathers can't.
Yeah, I know the Godfathers, they have mastered some comebacks. They were down 2-0 in that Pinnacle series in that semifinals, able to win that one out. So they know about battling back, but they might have to battle back for more as Rocky Airs. He was hunting, he wanted another double, but couldn't quite find it as Godfathers awake. And again, giving away the possession right there to Venganza, trying to steal some boost there. Xenix is going to get it. This one floating down to Shega. He's going to make the touch as Godfathers once again, maybe a little bit overcommit. Zen, he's trying to buy his team some time, but this ball is still floating. Logan have to get back and bail him out as once again the time now ticking. Zen looking to find it off the backboard. Rocky Airs can't find the touch. Dangerous ball. Little pass to the midfield. Logan almost puts it in, but Brandon on the goal line saves it away, and that was the best chance yet for the Godfathers, but still Flip, the Venganza defense stands tall.
This Venganza defense, they have somehow managed to keep a lot of these balls out of the net where I thought for sure they'd be goals. However, this Godfathers team has not given up quite yet. Brandon dodged the bump of not just the first demoer, but Xenix is going for it as well, still able to make the save. Zayn not able to get it past Rocky Airs. He's just too big. Xenix now trying to make the play towards the midfield pass, but Logan's just not there, and Brandon on the counterattack is so dangerous. A great flick, but this Venganza team, the defense is just too good right now, and a 2-0 lead is looking more and more unovercomable. I don't know any better way to say it. They just look just absolutely on top of this Titan League, and right now, Rocker Man, I just don't see a way for the Godfathers to break through. Every path right now has been slammed shut by Brandon, Rocky Airs into Shega, and with 25 seconds left, they need a miracle.
Yeah, they need a miracle here. This one sent down an opportunity, 4-1 right there for Brandon. Again, a big save. And it's that defense, again, like you mentioned, just denying these opportunities. And unless they can somehow find one in with a second remaining, which doesn't look like they're going to be able to with this ball in their corner, as this one pops up, and it's going to do it here. Venganza, they're going to go up 3-1 now, Flip, in this series, and they are one win away from going back-to-back in the Titan League.
Timeout called by the Godfathers. Venganza gotta be feeling pretty good. However, you can't count this team out. I will say Godfathers definitely their worst performance yet, but it's not like they didn't have opportunities, Rocker Man. I mean, that's 8 saves, and a lot of those are epic saves coming out from Venganza. I will say though, it feels like it's a different play style between these two teams. I don't know if you've noticed it. It's a lot of solo plays into maybe a pass out of Venganza, but for Godfathers, it's fast, long clear to a teammate downfield, trying to steal a boost, trying to continue that kind of pressure. But for Venganza, it's hey, let me take my time, let me go for a solo play, maybe find a teammate. Venganza seems a little bit more controlled. Godfathers seem a little bit, they have highs and lows. It just seems like Venganza's playstyle is just a little bit more consistent, and I feel like it's helped them kind of stay in games and stay, you know, stay relatively close to the Godfathers, and whenever they have a lead, be able to maintain that.
Yeah, definitely so here as the timeout was called here. It looks like we're waiting on we're waiting on one person here. I don't know if they know about the timeout, but looks like they're missing one, and they're actually saying they're all good. So they used the timeout, just waste it out, and now it looks like we're waiting for one player to head back in the lobby. So an interesting strategy: call the timeout and then immediately say, "Never mind, Flip. We want to get going." That's a bold strategy.
Hey, you know what? It's a timeout out of pure intimidation. T-Man, maybe he should have tried that tactic. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it's an interesting tactic for sure. But, hey, we'll see how it works out. You know, what do they have to lose at this point? Down 3-1. If LeBron can do it, so can Logan. It'll be an interesting one to see, though.
I love the comparison right there, and well, we'll have to see if he can channel it into LeBron. Is this one sent towards the net? Not going to be able to be put on target quite yet, as it's saved away. And Venganza, one win away from this championship, trying to close it out here. And Flip, to be honest, what we've seen from this Godfathers team, I feel like they're just a little bit out of rotation. I don't know if you agree. It just seems like something is off from what we saw earlier on in the playoffs.
I agree. It feels like just a little misstep. Like I said, a couple seconds is all it takes. You know, one bad touch is all it takes. Then the touch should have been to the corner. Rocky is going to make you pay for that one every time. And it just feels like little things are just barely off Rocker Man, but that's all it takes here in the Titan League, especially against, you know, 2 of the top, you know, salary players in the whole league. They're going to make you pay.
Yeah, they really are, and they've done it again right there, and Venganza going to take the lead here, looking for another championship to their resume, and they can hold on in the final 4 minutes. They'll be able to do so. The Godfathers got to find some way to bring it back. This ball a little bit dangerous. Zen forced to jump up there. Try to get some boost. This one shot just a little bit wide. Almost found its way through. Not quite going to happen. It's blocked out in the corner. Missed touch comes through. Tashega going to bump Xenix. Xenix, not a lot of boost. Just floating in front of this ball. Trying to play 50. Here comes Brandon now. The 50 again comes through. It's popping out of the midfield. Tashega. Excellent patience by him, but still good 50. They're going to come through to get it back in. The Godfathers gotta find something, gotta find these passing plays, gotta find that dunk, but Brandon was right behind it. Let's block it away. This one push out the backboard to Shega, trying to get to a nice read, able to get it all the way down and deny it away. Again, flipped. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Godfathers, they gotta find a way to get offense here as they're trying to find something here, looking for a bump. Oh, they're gonna find
no!
He saves it anyways. How did he do that? Brandon, the block.
Oh my goodness, that one is devastating if you are the Godfathers, but they still have plenty of opportunities, but it feels like their opportunities get fewer and fewer as the games progress. Now, if you're the Godfathers, you gotta shake that one off, try to find another way through, but this Brandon brick wall is just so hard to get by. 5 saves last game, an incredible save right there. Now he's trying to do it on the offensive end. Logan able to get the long cleared though, and you know, Rocketman, I've seen Godfathers, you know, pull up some great performances so far these playoffs. They're going to have to pull another one out just in this game alone if they want to win this one. Venganza is just on fire right now.
Yeah, they are, and it's crazy to see the Brandon defensive wall. A lot of players think of him as one of the more mechanical players, one of the more solid rotational players in Titan. That's why he's been great for so many seasons. That's why he's won, I believe, 6 All-Star selections here. he's a great player. And oh my goodness, he can't save that one. Logan is gonna find the pinch, and the Godfathers are on the board.
Lady Luck smiles down on Logan today. Not a great challenge there from Rocky Ayers, to be fair, but hitting off of Logan, hitting the crossbar and bouncing down, definitely not a regular goal you see in everyday gameplay. But Rocky Ayers just got out of position, didn't expect that one. No, sorry, Brandon didn't expect that one. So now a little bit of life here for the Godfathers as Logan now looking for another opportunity, but he goes for the flip resets, double touch off the backboard. That's not going to come through. No shot going to come through once again. And Rockerman, Godfathers, they had the momentum, but it could get stolen away so quickly. Brandon looking for that chance right there off the crossbar. This man, he's just going crazy so far this series.
He really is, and the big goal by the Godfathers to find something to get some momentum going back their way. But right now, the pressure is on because if Venganza can find one more goal, the Godfathers, their season will be over. Gotta try to find something here. This ball can be popped up. Logan looking to take it up high. Finding the flip reset. Not a lot of boost. Xenix just gonna push it towards the net. Forcing two defenders to commit. This one off the backboard. Floating across. Brandon gonna take control. Gonna get it by one. But Tashega right on top of that one. The rotations very solid from Venganza right now. Zen cleared a long way. Rocky Ears taking control. Gonna try to get it by Zen. Gonna get it by him. Looking to take it up here. Gonna find the flip reset. Trying to find the other touch. Not gonna find it. And that one opportunity. Xenix sent it in. Zen took a little bit of a while to turn as this one sent back and flip. A minute remaining here. And it's one goal that could decide here a champion or head into Forbidden Temple.
Forbidden Temple, definitely where history can be made, but they gotta get there first. Venganza not gonna make it easy for him, but that shot could just do it to Tashega. Able to get the save in. I've seen this scene before. Venganza, not a lot of boost. Still holding on for dear life on their goal line as Godfathers pound their nets. Brandon able to get the long clear though. Relieve a little bit of pressure here, and with 22 seconds left, I feel like we might see a hero from Venganza here, but not gonna happen just quite yet. And overtime once again would be absolutely crazy. That'd be the third in 5 games. We might not get it though. It's gonna be Brandon getting that goal with the pass from Rocky Ayers.
Brandon, the man, he hasn't been in the grand finals, but he wants a chip right now. He sends it in with only 7 seconds remaining. And now the Godfathers, their hopes and dreams are on life support as they're going to need a miracle. On the kickoff, the ball is going to go up. Xenix erased from existence as the ball is still up here. Last chance. Can they get it around? Can they get it in? They cannot. And Venganza, how do they keep doing this? They are your champions of Season 11.
I'm inspired.
Wow.
Look, I'm not here to give any biases for like MVP, finals, whatever it is. But that man Brandon put on a performance of a lifetime. I ain't gonna lie. That man said, hey, I've never made the grand finals before, but if you let me get there, you're gonna regret it. As that man, dude, offensively, defensively, in the control on the ball, he was just otherworldly this series. It felt like could not be stopped. But also, shout out to Tashega and Rocky Ayers. Both played incredible as well. And, hey, Rockman, this Titan League, it's been insane. But in the semifinal, I casted both those games. And whenever I saw Venganza play, I said, hey, whoever wins this Venganza versus, I believe it was Inferno series. Yeah. I said, whoever wins that's winning the chip. And, man, those teams, they were a different level. This Godfather team was really good. Just not their day-to-day. The cards just not in their favor. But Rockerman, it's been a crazy Season 11 and a crazy end here to Season 11 Titan specifically. Because, those games, 4-1, sure. 2 overtimes and a 0-second goal. A goal with 7 seconds left.
It was close.
The series was a lot closer than the score indicates.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. Godfathers, they really gave it their all in that series. Like you said, it just wasn't their day this time. But they gave it a great run there to get back to the grand finals. Unfortunately for Sandsbar and the Sloth Syndicate, gonna have to wait till next season for Season 12. But for the Victory Org, like we mentioned, they're named that for a reason. They just find a way to win. There's something in the air over there. And Venganza, back-to-back champions as well. Brandon gonna get his first chip as well, which is always exciting to see. a couple long time Nemesis players getting some chips this season. We saw Brindy, Chad, Mirrorly, Brandon, a lot of great people getting some chips this season. So big congratulations to them on that. And once again, thank you everyone for tuning in here. I gotta transition us over quickly to our subscriber screen to give a big shout out to all of our Nemesis Premium members who have supported us in the Discord here, especially our Challenger Plus subscribers at Flame Intruder, Jax, Wiggle, Aiko, Cow, and Street Soul. Thank you guys very much for supporting us in this season. You know, it means a lot to have support from you guys throughout the season, especially monetarily, and everyone else who supported us on the stream monetarily or just watching. It means a lot. But Flip, it's been real. It's been a crazy season. The full reset gave us absolute chaos. Only one seed made it to the grand finals, which was insane. Upsets galore, game 7 galore, reverse sweep in game 7. You know, it was a crazy season. The full reset definitely led up to or kept up with the hype there for sure. And you know, it's a great season for sure. I got to give some more shout outs as we always do to end off the season. Big shout out to all the staff in Nemesis, especially the management team, Cozy Boy, DJD, Mallow, Mealy, Ruth, Dr. Shadow, everyone who supported us, as well as all our team leads and mods. Too many people to name, really. All of our streamers and casters as well. We've got a great bunch of people helping out Nemesis. Everyone volunteering their time and efforts to help out the league. It's always greatly appreciated. I love to see how things have changed in 11 seasons. We're coming up on well, this will be our 5th year anniversary here in a couple months. So 5 years of Nemesis League play coming up in March. So it's crazy. You know, you don't think about getting to 5 years when you first started something out like this. You know, you have visions, you have dreams, but 5 years, it's been a lot of fun, a great ride. And you know, once again, you know, we appreciate all of you guys tuning in, supporting Nemesis, and you know, making it what it is. It's the community that really drives everything. So once again, thank you all. And Flip, any final words from you before we send it off for the night?
Man, you can't be thanking everybody without, a little appreciation for the director himself. Rockman, thank you. Great season of Nemesis. Obviously the reset required a lot more work. It required a lot of changes, but hey, you put in the work, you put in the time, and obviously shout out to all the management members, like you said. But you put in, it's always that one extra step, and we can all see that and appreciate that. So thank you for that and your efforts. But yeah, honestly, thanks for having me, man. It's been a blast. It's always a fun time here in Nemesis, and so I'm just glad, we ended the season with some absolute bangers. And GG's to everybody out there. And LK, sign me to your org next season. That's all.
That's all he's gonna say. Well, folks, that is gonna wrap it up from us here for season 11. It's in the books. Congratulations to all our champions, and thank you all once again for supporting. But it's gonna wrap it up here. So thank you all very much for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Doses.